Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them.
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Them YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. And now,
Broadcasting live.
We will broadcast
live. This is Extra Class, streaming to the world and beyond.
Hey, let's go.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blog. Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them.
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. You're watching the Teach Them YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. And now,
Broadcasting live.
we will broadcast
live. This is Extra Class, streaming to the world and beyond.
Hey, let's go.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.
Good night, everyone. Let me know if you are seeing me clearly. Let me know if you're hearing me clearly. If you're seeing and hearing me clearly, welcome to another episode of Extra Class, episode number 353. Well, you're going, you know how much night that? 353 night. You understand, peeps? Big up on yourself, you know. I'll bring in my co-host. You understand?
Good night. I hope everyone is okay. I hope you're in the best of health and wealth. Both of those things are important in life. Welcome to another episode of Extra Class. I am looking forward to sharing some of my views and a few of my opinions.
Yeah, that would mean if you're a fool or you feel a fool and the internet no good.
Yeah, man, so mean that the move shaky like some mango on the tree and I'm back to breeze off the board.
The internet up on strike. So peeps, so there, you know, see, I want to stream from Thursday night, Scotty say Friday. I want to stream Friday night, Scotty say Saturday. So we're there. You understand?
Why must you insist on lying?
Scotty, allow me to tell you.
We said Thursday night and we had conversation and
You
said
said no.
Saturday night.
No, yes, a Friday night. Last night, murder for streaming, me not find you. Talk the truth, man.
That's not
You
how it
always
went.
come here and tell lie.
That's not how it went.
For
We
people,
both
man.
had a misunderstanding. That's what it was.
Oh,
Because
we
I
both-
texted something.
No,
Yes, I texted you something and then you called me and we had a conversation. So I guess
Right.
we kind of had our wires
We
crossed.
had to because I'm confused. Because you say one day and then when the day they come, you say the next day, what you mean. Peeps, we're there. You understand what you say? Yeah, so they have to take kin teeth cover out one. You see?
Yeah.
More up the ones I'm alright. I know say I wanted to stream last night because based on my assessment and observation and analysis and overview, the thing is that Friday night has been the day that most people are familiar with us streaming. And you know, while I like the Saturday night because it kind of relax and easy going, I think that more people prefer the Friday. Well,
Friday
the
night.
numbers, the numbers never lie.
It indicate.
You understand? The numbers would indicate that Friday nights are preferred. I know that sometimes, you know, you used to frost out and them something about things kind of get a little bit easier now. So, we see you go. Why my fire look so bright? Shine bright like a diamond. Diamond are not clean though.
I'll tell you what I tell the students who complain that them so ugly on the ID. The camera can only take up its
Nah man, some people not photogenic. That's not true. That is so
That's
not
what it
true.
does. It only takes what is there. The camera comes, see what is there,
I
and
take it.
captures that. So if
The-
you're ugly on the ID picture,
You're
guess
ugly
what?
in real life.
Ugly in a real life.
Kid Lang's a boombox. Brother, boombox, and I'm not really concerned with that. Boombox of them thing me do my thing, you understand? So I just say go. I used to stream long before that, so you know, Aria and General B them, Zane have them crowd and you know me have my crowd, so that was never a factor, you see me? Yeah man. So I think Friday night is my preferred night in terms of numbers, in terms of being relaxed and easy going. Saturday night is okay, you understand? So we'll see. Probably always summer look and then something. Probably next week and thing. But yeah, I'm going to talk about some things. Strike, 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 and more strike. 3 strikes and you're out. Oh, yeah, about 4. You understand? Or maybe more. We saw one fireman say my protest was here. Think them send him on suspension. Said there are protocols and procedures that you ought to follow based on company stipulation. Me no hear nothing more about that. Then we see water lock off for a while. You understand? Then we see the air traffic controllers. Some people are saying airspace is closed. Some people are saying never closed. Most of the government are saying never closed through the Ministry of Information. And then we saw where yesterday, employees at the National Housing Trust walked out of house as they publicly heard their grosses, I suppose. And there was also threats that the 30,000 plus strong civil servant association may go on strike next week. That strike has been averted as there was some discussion and conversation. So I know, man. I know. First thing with NWC, you big up on yourself. But me I want you to fix the road they want to dig up out here before we talk about on a strike. You understand? Every time one road fix, me soon over there next week I dig up a road. And then the road bumpy on no fix it good and then as rainfall it dig up and then sit there. Water more than flour. You understand? So we fix the road before we don't sure. But man. And it crippled some schools were closed on the second day of the strike as they had run out of water from the first day of the strike. Some of the hotels were reeling and thing. I've been having a conversation with Jams about the stock market. It was a rough week. Like it was a rough week. Well, with my stock, with my portfolio, anyways. You understand? I think over the course of the week I may have lost like about $200,000. The only good thing is that I know from investments per se, it's from my cap gains. So we give thanks still, but I think she has been asking if the strike or the strikes. I think the air control strike may very well play a part because tourists with D-Cove and CPG and them something. So I know, man. I know. It was a rough week. For one time I don't have water, one time I don't have money. You understand? So it did rough. But the NWC man them met and them back on work and them have some things at work pan and some agreement in place and the air traffic control people them the same thing and all of a flight at least 10 flights were cancelled on one of the days and stuff and NHD yesterday. So I mean public servants, civil servants have been, especially those on the lower scale of the public servant ladder, have been suffering for a long time. We have been treating with wage freezes and same time trying to navigate the whole inflation streets and cost of living increasing gradually and significantly in some spurts and some periods. But we have been wage freeze and when negotiation at 3% for the next 5 years and it has been rough. You understand? The government tend to find money, as Portia said. We found some money. They tend to find money for the things that they think are important. And whilst public sector workers continue to suck salt through the spoon, sometimes I just water kind of salt even did because salt not cheap now, You understand? So I understand the need to lobby for betterment and improvement in working conditions and salaries and stuff. And it's unfortunate that this is the route that had to be taken. Some people have said the strike was illegal and them all the country had to ransom and all of them. Something. So as I say, I know what it is like to suck salt through the spoon. And sometimes for just a spoon alone. You understand? So I can just imagine. Yeah. So I understand. It's just a pity so we have so many people and then boy, police and teachers all after with 3% right there. for the next 5 years. And inflation is about 11% and increases every year. And
now we're paying our own pension fund.
and they sit there. So water, air, earth, and fire. And the avatar. You understand? So, yes, Rasta Jad. So, I probably should have had a call-in stream for this, you know. I know some people ask if some call-in. I know a couple people well linked me, especially in relation to the whole soldier versus civilian situation. I know, strangely enough, you know, the people that want the call-in stream, them vex, but here why them vex? You think them vex because them feel like soldiers are abuse citizens or citizens that get too bright.
Citizens that get too bright.
That is it.
That's
That and I was a little bit taken aback, like surprised, you know, if you say, you know, some people out there look on the thing like, I mean, how me I look on the thing too, but you know what I mean, sometimes.
I mean, swings both ways.
Yeah, because well, we talk about that when we get around this. But I could talk about some next things. We have said a long time ago in Bethlehem that there was going to be inevitably, a fourth wave in terms of the COVID-19 situation.
Yeah.
And whilst we agree that it may not be as bad as, or we hope that it wasn't as bad as the third wave or second wave or first wave for that matter. We don't know as yet because Jamaica continues to see a spike in COVID-19 cases with over 300 cases recorded yesterday. See? So the health ministry says 336 new cases were recorded yesterday, May 13th, Friday, May 13th, pushing the case count to 132,316. And that we realize that's a fire thing reach. Of the new cases, 208 are females and 128 are males. I mean, naturally, because I'm a woman and man, so what to them say. So they range in age from 3 months to 87 years. So the positivity rate has increased to 30.3%. I mean, one time it did like 5% one time. And thing. Meantime, the country's COVID death toll is nearing 3,000. And this, as 4 additional deaths have pushed the tally to 2,999. So only one short of 3,000. The 4 deaths occurred between January last year and January this year. So the deceased are 2 males and 2 females, ranging in age from 68 to 87 years. They are from Clarendon and St. James. So 67 people are hospitalized with the virus, while 117 more people have recovered. Yeah, so COVID still a key. A couple of schools did not have classes Thursday and Friday. I think Manchester High was one of them. I think I saw an update that says they will resume face-to-face classes. I think, I don't know what, St. Hughes, I don't want to call the wrong name, you know. And
some school in town.
So a couple schools.
Went back to online.
So, and I suspect that there will be more of that as we go forward because it's just the nature of the situation. Examinations are beginning as well, internal and external. So the number of students at school will reduce over the next couple of weeks, and everybody do everything every day, said day. So that will help, I suppose, and then we see what summer brings. Speaking about school situation, we saw where 2 educators, senior managers at that, on the same day, I think, or one day apart. One was a Thursday and one was a Friday. Right, where 2 educators died suddenly. The principal of, I think she was the acting principal of Veer Technical.
No, the principal of Veer Tech.
The principal of Veer Tech and the acting vice principal at the Duncan Zolid School in Trelawney. Both so grief counseling being offered at Veer Technical High following principal's sudden death. So grief counseling is being offered to staff and students of Veer Technical High School in Clarendon following the sudden death of Principal Antoinette Banton Ellison. She died on Thursday, May 12th. It is reported that she was at home when she complained of feeling unwell and was taken to hospital where she was later pronounced dead. Wow. Yeah. It would be interesting to hear what the post-mortem examination says, but set away. No, Duncan's all age stunned as acting principal collapses and dies. Oh, she was the acting principal and not vice principal. So the acting principal of Duncan's all age school in Trelawney, Anne-Marie Lindo, collapsed and died on Friday afternoon, stunning school officials. She's the second school administrator to die suddenly in the last 24 hours, as I said. So Linda reportedly collapsed after a meeting, and her substantive role was vice principal. Okay, so she was acting principal. Okay. So, and the principal is on sick leave. Oh, so the principal is sick, and then the acting principal just collapsed and died. Man, I don't know.
It's a high pressure job, sir.
You need to tell me. I gotta tell the people.
It's a high pressure job. It comes with a lot. A lot is required. Parents demand your attention. Teachers demand your attention. Students demand your attention. The board demands your attention. The ministry demands your attention. It's a high pressure job. Comes with a lot.
For a little.
Comes with a lot for a little.
I want to take this opportunity to express my sincere condolences to the immediate family and friends and associates and the school communities at large for both ladies. It must be rough. And in the
Who
same
fear the
breath,
young ladies?
yep. I don't see them age
the
still,
young
but
ladies.
looking at the pictures,
Fear the young
because
ladies.
I saw 2 articles in the Gleaner, but you have to pay for them. I'm an Avi. You understand?
Fear the young.
So I never really, but I'm not seeing all about information as relates to their age and stuff. But I also want to take this opportunity to say to my colleagues, exhale, breathe. You are entitled to, some people 12 days of casual leave, some people 9
Nine.
days. I am not going to sit here and tell you to take all 12 and all 9, because that can put a strain on the system. But take your days, man. Take some days. And when you take your days, don't go and go clean down the whole house
No.
and chop the whole yard and rake up the whole avenue. Take your days and decompress. Take your days and exhale. Take your days and relax. Just jump in your vehicle and just drive go somewhere. You understand what I say? Just God is...
Lie down and look in your roof, sir. Just lie down and
As
look.
Scotty said, lie down and look up in your roof.
Just lie down
You
and look.
understand? Go to the river, listen to the sound of the stream. Go to the beach, listen to the sound of the waves. You understand? Have a drink if that is your thing. You understand? Cook some food and just spend a little time with yourself from time to
Decompress.
time. Just decompress, because I know the rigors of the education system. I know the stress and strain. And I mean, when I was starting out, I was a fairly young man. And, yeah, right. I didn't know and there were times when we just like frost out. If I would do the teaching thing right, the right way, it will get to you. I mean, if I just a cruise and a course and just go through the motions, fine. But if you're going to do it, if you're going to exercise the full breadth of your responsibilities and what you're supposed to do, it is going to be taxing. First, if you have a family at home, and sometimes you have people with senior teacher responsibility, they are studying, they have young children, they have businesses running, because the local teaching money alone can't suffice. And it's just a lot of thing. It's a lot. So I am imploring my colleagues, just take a few days sometimes. You don't have to take them back to back. You understand? But you are entitled to between 9 and 12 casual leave days. Take them, man. You understand? And just decompress and just breathe. See? Because when we drop out, you're going to hear say, Miss Joan was a very dedicated teacher who loved her students and gave all to the institution, and may her soul rest in peace. And next week, one next teacher employed. Like, the world continues. You understand? It would be nice if teachers who intend to spend the rest of their life in the system and resign and lead a peaceful life after that. We don't want to hear said, but colleagues them just a drop. So I remember when I was somewhere else and one of my colleagues just teach and him just collapse. Man, we play domino with every Friday.
Wow.
Yeah, son. Set away. So,
It can take its toll on you. So you just have to bob and weave.
Baba wave, sis. Baba wave. It's
Mhm.
rough.
Of course.
Yeah.
And even so when if you don't have somebody that you can talk to about it, like sometimes just to get it off of your chest.
Right.
Just have a conversation. If you just sit down with it all bottled up, it can be detrimental.
So much so, sis. Boy, rough. Big up to all the people who are in the stream, in the chat. Big up on yourself. You can share the stream if you don't feel like. You know anything. But I appreciate that. And these things. Boy, rough, sis. Like, as I said, rough. And as many teachers have so much going on, in studying and family and seeing a teacher responsibility and the kids and the parents and
Everything.
the bills, the
Not to mention
loans.
those. Not to mention those.
Man, man. Guilty. Jamaican man who cried after stabbing his Canadian wife to death, convicted of murder.
Am I cry for?
That couple here is a street. Listen what go on, the whole watch a story. A Jamaican man who stabbed his Canadian wife to death in Kingston on New Year's Eve 2015 has been convicted of murder. Don't hurt me, Stephanie Warren pleaded with her killer before her body was found with 23 stab wounds, mainly to her chest, face, and abdomen in the courtyard of their apartment complex. Alfonso Warren was found guilty by a judge in the Home Circuit Court in downtown Kingston on Thursday. He is to be sentenced on June 23rd. On the 23rd of June for 23 stabs. I don't know. So Stephanie Warren and her husband made head. Listen to this. So the deceased, Stephanie Warren, and the convict, Alfonso, made headlines in Canada in January of 2008. After her young child, dubbed Baby Angelica, was found abandoned in a freezing stairwell in New York. The child survived and was later adopted along with the couple's 3 other children. The couple pleaded guilty to abandoning the baby, according to media reports in Canada. Now, Alfonso Warren was sentenced to 22 months in prison, while Stephanie was fined Canadian $300, according to the reports. Now, Stephanie Warren reportedly traveled to Jamaica on December 31st, 2015, a day after her husband, to help him adjust to life in his homeland. I suppose he was deported.
Deported.
Hours later, according to an eyewitness, she and her husband got into a verbal dispute inside their apartment. Alfonso Warren was overheard telling his wife to leave, to which she responded, "I will go, just give me my money and the passport." The dispute spilled out into the parking lot and it turned physical before the couple moved out of sight, the eyewitness testified. Minutes later, Stephanie Warren was overheard pleading, don't hurt me, before her husband was seen holding a bloody knife according to the witness account. Now, responding cops broke down the door to the couple's apartment where they found Alfonso Warren on the floor crying along with the bloody knife. When cautioned by cops, he reportedly told them, "You can lock me up for 100 or 200 years." The couple was previously arrested and tried by the Jamaican police after the body of their 2-year-old son Joshua was found in a suitcase at their home. They were charged with concealing the death and failing to bury the body after it was determined that Joshua died of natural causes.
Someone do that.
Well,
Because one child was found in a stairway freezing.
yes,
One child died
and was found in a suitcase.
and was found in a suitcase. The other children were adopted.
Right.
Something wrong with them. Unless you say something to them.
The poor kids.
Yeah.
So,
That's crazy though.
you see the 100 to 200 years when I ask the police, sir?
You forget it.
I don't
Just
even forget.
take
No,
it.
me I tell her the truth, I got love, like.
But something is definitely off though, sir. Something is definitely off with that. These are people. A true Rosie. Something wrong with them.
Howard Beacon, blessings family. Yeah. Peyton want to go on big bro. So I don't know. Yeah.
Something definitely wrong with them though.
Alright, watch our style here now. Cause I say 4 youths and 2 of them, well, one died, one was left to die apparently. And some of them fly in for her.
To help him settle back in because he get deported most likely.
Right.
And she come to help him. Balancing back.
May I pray a snap still, everything just a come home to him and him realize say, yo.
It became too much?
Whilst I him created, that's a possibility. Like, as no matter how you're strong, you can only take so much stillness. That's the truth, and everybody have a breaking point.
The straw that breaks the camel's back.
You understand? So, he probably realize that now, so I'm really mess up, and I hit that, and he's back where he started. And I don't know, one thing led to the next. Yeah, what happened?
But if the child died of natural causes, why?
I still don't know about that. Why you put them as suitcase? I try to figure out that part.
Why? Unless your word says something.
Right. I miss.
Mm-hmm.
Like I try to hide something.
But
who put their dead child in a suitcase and like?
I don't know, maybe the trauma of it can cause people to snap and do that.
And then you kill
because, yeah, but and then you kill the child, but your child die. You stop mentally. You snap. You just
put them in a suitcase.
Because it's as if you are not letting go, so you're not accepting the death. So yeah, it's like you're safekeeping. Because I would have seen maybe quite a few documentaries where people do that. The person died and natural causes, no foul play. And instead of reporting it and seeking burial, them cover them up in a bed or something.
In my bed?
I would hope it's not your bed, sir.
Oh, okay. I mean, I think it was still.
Grief can...
Well, me get that, you know. Me get that. But
grief can break you.
So why they left an extra in our stairwell?
Well, that me can't even, don't know. Then forget him? I don't know.
Is that she? Is that her?
They forgot her? I don't know.
So, but they pleaded guilty to leaving the child there. Right.
Oh.
They both pleaded guilty, you know.
I stand by the first sentiment. Something is wrong with them. Both of them.
Well, himself give him 200 years, so I would have granted him that.
I know him not run or nothing, him just...
Go ball.
Oh gosh, why this thing called life, you know?
What about it?
Somebody say it can be the most hilarious comedy. Or the most effed up dopey show. It's true.
These people are suffering from bipolar disorder.
Some of them.
I don't know. Well,
some of them.
The mother is no longer here, and technically the father is no longer here.
He's no longer here either. Well, the good thing is that the rest of the children have been adopted, so
right.
That is
the remaining 3.
So let us hope that they are in a good situation.
Watch a style. You know, say scamming thing is that thing. You know, all I sang them. Alright, if 100 songs released in Jamaica each
99.9.
May I say 95. 95 of them are chopper song.
Chopper song.
You understand? And more and more, despite the obvious potential situation of being... Yeah, I mean, if a Jamaican authority is a slap on the wrist, you understand? But if you're extradited, then you probably have a long stretch. People are still willing to hedge their bets. And as me normally say, no criminal think they are catchable. Every criminal think they are smarter than law enforcement. Every criminal is a thing. Like, chuck them a fool. You understand? Hey, B, how are you? That is Maya's Glam. It's good to see you. And thing. But there, man. So 4 Jamaicans convicted in US multi-million-dollar lottery scamming scheme. So 4 Jamaican nationals were convicted. The fire from the talk phone. 4 Jamaican nationals were convicted in a US court on Wednesday, May 11th in connection with a multi-million-dollar lottery scamming scheme in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So Homeland Security and the United States Postal Services say evidence suggests the party swindled over US $300,000 or just north of Jamaican $46 million from unsuspecting victims. The accused are Khalila Powell, Avia Reed, Romaine Gordon, and Fabian Gray. Now, court filings say the scammers contacted victims via post or phone call. They convinced the targets that they had won millions in cash and prizes via competition. However, before winners could claim their prizes, they were expected to pay a processing fee, usually presented as tax or other miscellaneous charge. Sorry. There are at least 67 victims on record, 25 of which are over 80 years old. Some of them probably very
Old.
right in terms of suffering from dementia and all sorts of things, you know. So the U.S. Attorney's Office say the stolen cash was withdrawn and transferred to co-conspirators in Jamaica. Records show the defendants only retained a 25% cut of the proceeds. Okay. So somebody else, okay. Each of the 4 defendants will serve time in federal lockup. The judge presiding over the case sentenced Romaine Gordon and Fabian Gray to 5 years behind bars, while Avia Reed will spend more than 4. Khalila Powell was sentenced to over 2 years in prison. Now, normally them get more time than that, you know. But watch your maths. They are all expected to pay US $350,000 in restitution to the victim. It's about 50 mil, that, you know. I don't know if they're saving money when they scam. Then we don't know. Then some people is a good saver. Then you don't know if people then save their money. If you're a rainy day, you know, so rain fall. Meanwhile, another Jamaican, 29-year-old Greg Warren, Clark of a Montego Bay address, was extradited to the United States from Jamaica on Tuesday to answer for similar crimes. In a release, the U.S. Department of Justice revealed Clark was charged in a 6-count indictment with conspiracy, mail fraud, wire fraud, and international money laundering. Well, 350,000 US sounds good. Feds need who get the 75. So, sentence reflects cooperation. Yeah, it seems that way. We say you go to law school, but you're not a fool. You understand? You don't go to school just so I'm stool. Yeah, as we said, the 25%, when I said that, I said, look like, you know, then provide some info, so they'll get a reduced sentence, so they have to go find what the money. Where them is going to get that money from? But DeAndre, you know, yes, they make it, they know what you mean, or you never make it from. Them could have saved for a rainy day, you don't know. You understand? Or you know, say that money alone, then them probably could have can find him, man. You know what I mean? The man, them not chopping, man. And how long the man them been whoppings, man. The feds is behind them. I don't understand that Empress Karen. If you all, so far, if I do, you're not going to see, take your money, I'm not going to get that. But, and the discussion continued. Then, oh, if you call my phone and tell me, say, me win something, me never enter. That's the first thing. Secondly, then if you win so much money, brother, you take your money away if you take out and give your some money and everybody happy. As a matter of fact, take more. How much is every tax? How much more win? 10 mil? How much is every tax? 10,000. Nah, man, just take 100 grand, man. As a matter of fact, 10 mil, take a mil, my G. Give me 9. Everything good. Everybody alright. Take care of your family too. Appreciate the car. So just take a mil and let me get the 9. Cover your tax and cover yourself and this.
But they seem to target the elderly.
They call them demented, Scotty. Dementia. Not demented, let me not say that. They're suffering from dementia in some cases, Alzheimer's and things. So that is it.
Well, that's just wicked.
You understand? And then when you had insult to ingenuousness, majority of these people who are benefiting from the proceeds of lottery scamming, they are funding the purchase of guns and ammunition to secure them empire and to hunt lead sheets and to war them rivals. So it's just a cycle of bloodshed and all sorts of things. You understand? So they will be out in short time. Well, them still have 350,000 US dollars to pay for, Chef Chris. So being out is one. Yeah, so I don't think they will be out until them pay the money then either. So, I don't know. I don't think they might get a chance to come on for come work for pay. So, I don't know if I saw that work still. Yeah, understand. So, was it worth it? Is it worth it? I guess some people will say yes because them a come back to them home, them house and them crowns and them thing and all of these things. Yeah. Yes. Me like sleeping on my own bed. You understand? Me like
Well, my own bathroom.
yeah, me like use my own bathroom.
Cooking on my own.
Cooking on my own kitchen. You understand what I say? Sit down on my own porch. That's what I name? That's it, man. You understand? Walk around back of my yard like. You understand? Wave to my neighbors them like.
And thief your neighbor Aki.
And you're not thief neighbor Aki, we pick neighbor Aki, what you mean? And mango and then sitting there. They don't hide. You understand? Aki the pan tree, we pick Aki. Mango the pan tree, we pick mango. As a matter of fact, there's some mango here, you know.
You're so confident. Teacher, as you said, everybody thinks, every criminal, none of them ever expect to get caught. So that, and this chopping lifestyle and chopping thing, like, maybe they weigh the pros and cons, sir. You ever do, yeah, man. You have never not known that you're going to do something that you should not do. However, you weigh the pros and you weigh the cons, and you say, you know what, in a long stretch.
I'm a good boy.
Oh, please. In a long stretch, I say, you know, if the cons come, the pros the
pros outweigh the cons.
Yeah, man, the pros make it worth the cons.
Well, no pro no nice and me sleeping in my own bed. You understand?
What are you?
So, it doesn't tell you that.
No value your bed, baby, they don't.
Yeah, that's it. And, you know, the nice mattress from all our factory there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man,
No,
they're nice.
Quite well.
They're very nice. Yeah, that's it. Man accused of rape and murder rearrested after absconding bail, says the police. So, 33-year-old Rashawn Patterson of Harvey River in Lucy, Hanover, reported to the Lucy police, I think yesterday, within 24 hours after Jamaica Constabulary Force alerting the public. The police say he was arrested and placed in custody. So Patterson is being tried for murder, attempted murder, and rape. What a long rap sheet. He is scheduled to appear before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday, May 31st. I don't know the details behind this, but just see it and say.
But him turning back himself?
Yeah, man, because it's like the police, them, they do issue a person of interest. They need him, like. Because he was on bail and apparently he's supposed to be reporting on condition, I think. As I don't know the details, I don't want him to tell a lie. But them did say they want him, so within 24 hours, he link them, like. So I don't know. Because he absconded bail, so I don't know if he's supposed to go back to court and not go, or if he report as condition of his bail and him not report, but then they don't want to talk to him, so I'm going to talk to them.
That's good.
Is everybody alright? You understand? So this now, male teacher on bugger rap after alleged threesome with students in hotel room. Boy.
Teacher, the devil is about and playing.
I just said that, you know, I saw a meme the other day say, when the devil can't get to you, he said one 5'6" brown skin girl. Something.
I see it.
I just said that, remember that.
No, but the devil must be out and about and playing, sir. Jumping jacks, upscotch, skip, Chinese skip.
The devil not then know it.
Sir.
The devil not then know it. We need to be able to damn self.
Sir.
Everything we blame on the devil.
Yeah, how much? And a him and one person, you know, sir.
That have nothing to do with the devil.
Sir. But not laughing because it's a serious situation.
You see the devil run sex shop? Nothing to do with the devil.
Teacher, it's a threesome, you know? You read that and see what it says?
Yes, Scotty. I tell you, say, two things make you look laugh, you know. Okay. Read little.
I wonder if you see that word. I'm wondering if you see that word. So I am saying now, this big man, right?
Right. This who? This what?
This big man.
Right. Okay. Leave the devil out of it.
This big man allegedly. Make we say one.
Right.
But sir, two.
Well. More details have emerged in sexual misconduct allegations against a male teacher at a prominent high school in St. Anne. The 24-year-old teacher has been charged by the St. Anne CIB with 1 count of buggery, indecent assault, and grievous sexual assault. Reports are that the teacher got involved in a relationship with a 15-year-old male student at the school. It is alleged that another minor, the male student and the male teacher met up in a hotel room in Ocho Rios and indulged in a menage a trois.
Menage a trois. I like the word.
I don't even get into that. However, a parent of one of the male students suspected what was going on and trailed the student and discovered the debauchery. Had made a subsequent report to the police. Oh, big word, man. The teacher was arrested last Thursday and taken into custody following complaints by the student. The teacher was subsequently charged. He is to appear in the St. Anne's Parish Court to answer the charges. Now, minors cannot consent to sex. Under Jamaican law, a person under the age of 16 cannot legally engage in sexual intercourse or any related sexual activity. A minor can in no way... we said that already? Oh, we said that already, yeah. Alright, so continue. A minor can in no way, shape or form consent to sexual intercourse, as the law of the land states, even if they agree to such unlawful behavior. But when it involves a male doing the act to another male who is a minor, that male is not charged with carnal abuse. Sex between two males is not recognized as sex under the law. So in such cases, the police are forced to charge the accused with buggery, a police source said. Now, Section 76 of the Offences Against a Persons Act criminalizes buggery between men with a penalty of up to 10 years imprisonment, with or without hard labor. Section 77 prohibits attempt to commit buggery or an indecent assault on a man with a penalty of up to 7 years imprisonment, with or without hard labor. Now, the defense attorney of the teacher on Wednesday claimed that a possible conspiracy between students and the teachers at the school resulted in the male teacher being slapped with charges. The attorney told the presiding judge that it was clear by the text messages that the complaint continued to message the educator and offered him certain things.
Conspiracy?
You don't know what conspiracy mean?
Yeah.
Then you're like menage a trois and you don't know what conspiracy mean?
No, but...
Well, alright, so what the lawyer is suggesting, based on my interpretation, is that even after whatever, there were messages being sent to the teacher's phone, but he's suggesting that those messages were being orchestrated by whomever, I don't know.
But that is after the fact, innit?
It is after the fact, but lawyers will be lawyers.
Them lying
You
away.
understand? So, yeah, not like...
I don't like that feel.
Him seem to like it for himself.
I don't like that feeling at all.
You understand? He gonna seem like it for himself.
Me get him off menage a trois. You can't tell me that though. The devil out the door play. Me I stay inside. You can't tell me nothing. If the devil out there play, I am staying inside.
It seems though that this may not be his first rodeo based on some stuff that are being said, so we'll see.
Saying go ready and go back?
The criminal man like go broke one shop tonight and it's a bombard. Then this a place is for broke, so how was it up this?
She come here and it say, they just go, you know, it's something.
At King Kong. I'm paying the fee.
I pay them and pay them again.
You understand? Because, I don't know.
You're mad, man. See, me I tell you, him mad too. Most that, what is wrong? No, sir.
Young youth, you know, just start teaching look like, 24 years old.
Exactly.
Brother. Just career. And whilst these are all allegations, that's the next thing too. But based on the allegations, it would then seem that, you spend so long at try improve your life and you just, I don't know. Yeah. Alright, they say the devil outside that place, so I don't know.
Nasty inside.
Means I used to not really go outside still. I go outside and work, me I go. You understand? I'm going to run up and do with Amir sometime.
I'm not going out there.
You see me?
And you look safe.
$1.5 million bail for a businessman in cocaine case. So Oral Johnson, you know me have a virgin on him, sir, but I know him still. This a virgin is a teacher of geography, a good youth. Oral, big up yourself. You understand? It's not my friend, eh?
Oral.
But me I tell you, that's my friend name, then what you want me to do? You understand? So,
You have a friend named Oral.
right, that's what I say.
So you have to let me find out where your
I don't know
Oral
where you keep all that stress it for.
It's not like the grudge of your oral friend. Somebody
No. It's just my bridging. You understand what I say?
Yeah.
And it's not my schoolmate either. It's just a German who got some seminar and book him up. I go do it. Baller too. You understand? So, and thing. But big up yourself, buddy. You're the the role today. Oral Johnson, the businessman who was arrested 2 weeks ago after reportedly being held with more than 19 pounds of cocaine during a police operation in Coral Gardens, St. James, was offered bail in the sum of $1.5 million in the St. James Parish Court on Wednesday. Johnson, a 45-year-old restaurant and bar operator of a Westmoreland address, is charged with possession, dealing, taking steps to export, and the trafficking of 19 pounds and 10.98 ounces of cocaine. Okay. Johnson, like other persons in custody facing charges, was not transported to court yesterday, the day, as a result of the island-wide strike by staff at the National Water Commission, which has resulted in water lockups in many areas. No, Mr. Johnson has a heart condition, and while he has received medication for it, it is difficult for him to treat it adequately where he is, his attorney Martin Thomas told the parish judge Sasha Ashley during the bail hearing. Manata hurt him. He has no previous convictions, and when the police asked for his license, he provided it to them. Our client denies knowledge that the items cocaine were in the vehicle. The prosecution did not oppose bail, but asked that Johnson's passport be surrendered to the police and that a stop order is placed on him at the port. It was also disclosed that the forensic certificate and fingerprinting analysis were outstanding from the case file. Now, Judge Ashley offered him bail with one or two sureties and ordered him to surrender his travel documents. The stop order was also instituted. Additionally, attorney at law Henry McCurdy made a successful application for the release of the motor vehicle in which Johnson had reportedly been traveling when he was held. As it had been rented from a company in Westmoreland, the vehicle was released to its owner under a $200,000 bond. The case will be mentioned again on July 7th, at which time it is expected that Johnson will make his first in-person appearance in court. On April 28th, Johnson was allegedly observed sitting in a parked vehicle for approximately 20 minutes. When approached by the police, he reportedly gave conflicting explanation for being in the area. The vehicle was subsequently searched and 9 packages with the cocaine reportedly found. In related operations that day, the police reportedly seized US $3.8 million and Canadian $30,000 at a house in Coral Gardens. The police subsequently named Presley Bingham as a person of interest in those investigations. Presser. You understand? So, you remember that 600 million Jamaican dollar something there? I see him umbrella, But I don't know about the part of the trial yet, so I don't know.
So it's a rented vehicle.
Well, obviously no.
And he's saying that he was not aware of the contents of the vehicle.
Right.
Okay.
How old is Johnson? I think he's 45, 46, 45. Johnson is going to walk free. We know Jamaica from now on. Well, I'll provide updates. So if he's acquitted, then we'll discuss it. If he's convicted, we will discuss it. The law is the law, as Mr. Adams once said. Hart Street, St. James residents protest fatal police shooting. You know, as Mr. Richie today, me I say, yo, me and Richie for do some business and like.
It's Richie.
Fear Richie.
I want to get Richie from. You know, I mean, I like you. You said what I do a play.
Yo! That is where she get Richie from the channel. You know Richie where decide the logo they want to sit, man?
Me
That
know we
Richie.
are talk, sir. I get you.
I mean, I say no from when we link Richie. Yeah, son. Richie, big up yourself, my friend.
Yeah, I forgot I am if you be a secretary.
But you're that. I pay for that each month.
You pay me if you be a personal secretary?
Right.
Since when?
So who schedule the interview them and all of them? So,
I am
so-
not
as-
I am not speaking concerning that. I'm speaking like this now.
Like this now.
Yes, I schedule business meetings for you and such things. You know? Keep your calendar up and going. Find functions for you to attend. You know, utilize your. Oh my Lord.
John is a delivery driver. Who for Richie?
Oh, who said that? Yeah.
Richie is
Not only you are troublemaker, you see a blue spanner people them. See, I say them a troublemaker.
Alright, watch out. Miss Karen Austin is having a whale of a time. More pay teacher. That's what I say. I'm not agree here. Let's go and listen. Yeah, sir. Next thing she come strike with placard out there, so
Me hungry.
so she hungry. Tamu, what on? See, it's got the marketer skills, yeah? No, angry residents of Hart Street in Montego Bay, St. James, mounted fire roadblocks to protest the fatal shooting of a man by a policeman at a bar last night. Scotty said this is a different job. 33-year-old Kadmar Beadle succumbed at the Cornwall Regional Hospital this morning while undergoing surgery. Now, it is reported that Beadle and other patrons were at the Jarrett Street establishment when a group arrived at the venue and were also having drinks. It is further reported that an argument developed between Beadle and one of the men from the group, who were revealed to be plainclothes cops. The policeman reportedly pulled a firearm and shot Beadle multiple times. The wounded man was rushed to hospital where he later died. Wow. Then that doesn't sound good. You understand?
Not at all.
Why? No, Indicom is probing that shooting. So the Independent Commissioner of Investigations, Indicom is probing the shooting death that occurred Friday night. We know all of that already. According to Indicom, the police reported that the off-duty policeman and another patron at the bar were involved in an altercation. It's alleged that Beadle used a knife to inflict a wound to the abdomen of the cop, who pulled the service pistol and shot him. Okay. Both men were taken to hospital where Beadle succumbed while undergoing treatment, and the injured policeman remains hospitalized. Oh, I think better serious stop life. So the cop's service weapon was recovered, processed and sealed by Indicom for submission to the government forensic lab. The knife allegedly used during the altercation was not recovered during the processing of the scene, said Indicom. It said the policeman will be required to provide a statement and visit the commission at an appropriate time to be interviewed. Now, persons are also encouraged to send any photo or video of the incident to Indicom via WhatsApp at 876-553-5555. How much 5 in this number, yeah, brother? Yeah, 65 in our number. I true, see it? Maybe posting. Oh, so I'm going to try to kill the officer. Boy, I don't know. I'm going to drop off a drum truck in the road. I don't even know Rasta George. Because and the bar thing can be a war thing. You see me? No, speaking about Indicom and police and all of these things, man fatally shot by police in St. Mary. Indicom probing. So the Independent Commission of Investigations, Indicom, is probing the fatal police shooting of a man in Enfield District and Ottaby, St. Mary. He has been identified as 27-year-old Kemar Duhaney, OC Blacks or Tutu. The incident reportedly occurred about 11:30 p.m. in the vicinity of the Enfield Health Center. So the police reported that 2 cops were on mobile patrol when a man was reportedly seen with a knife walking along the Enfield main road. It is alleged that the cops requested a search of the man's person. It is further reported that Duhaney pointed a firearm in the direction of the police when they attempted to approach him. One of the cops discharged his weapon during the incident. Duhaney was pronounced dead at the Ottaby Hospital. Now, according to Indicom, a 9mm pistol without a serial number was reported as recovered from the deceased man. The firearm and the hands of the deceased were swabbed for DNA testing, said Indicom. It said the scene was processed and forensic exhibits collected. So the alleged recovered firearm as well as the weapon of the concerned officers were boxed and sealed for submission to the forensic lab for ballistic testing. The body of the deceased was also bagged and sealed for storage pending post-mortem examination. Now, initial accounts were provided by the two cops and witness canvassing was also conducted by Indicom's investigative team. So the cops were served with notices to provide statements and or attend the commission's office to be interviewed. Guess who Mr. Wadi Mama?
Who?
Jano.
Okay. Wait.
But if you show your advice that the day when I got bank.
Okay.
Eh.
The vibes gonna sound good.
Right. He must say, you don't do that thing, they don't work. You must do some other things. So I say to him, so make sure you have good things in there, brother. Make sure you have good things in there. Like 2 times, I tell him, you know. 2 times. I say, make sure you have good things in there. He must say, yeah, man, teach, man. You know a thing, come on. You know a good thing, man.
No, but good things.
So I say, brother, make sure you have good thing. Like, eh. So I say, if you show it to you, and then we don't even back. So as we say that, we say, yo. Yeah, son.
Really, what good things?
Yeah.
You can be a good youth.
Indicom office busy bad. Boy, I mean, I tell the Empress Cookie. Busy bad. Them very busy body. Hold on them. I'm gonna put my but I never realize that I not put up my link.
Which link?
No link where people give me some of their money. Then I'm gonna pay for my secretary.
You're careless, girl. And you have to pay me first month in advance.
Or a rent.
First month rent and deposit.
Okay, we didn't say a rent.
Just in case I walk off my job before next pay.
I never know it was rent this.
Yeah.
No, the part I stream is what I do if I know. Production line loaded. Elderly man gunned down a day after cousin. See? So Maurice Parkinson has always disliked Fridays that fall on the 13th of the month, and he had good reason, as that is the day he lost his left arm in a fight. It was chopped off sometime in the 1980s. Mm-hmm. Today, which was yesterday, Friday, May 13, is a cruel twist of fate. Well, in a cruel twist of fate, the 86-year-old farmer from Brighton in Little London was gunned down at his house. He was killed a day after his cousin, Kenroy Parkinson, was murdered by a gunman as he slept at his house in the retirement area of their community. The police, who believe the two murders are connected, say they have not yet identified a clear motive, but says they are following strong leads. It appears the elderly man was killed as he filled buckets with feed for his goats. Now, residents heard what sounded like gunshots and called the police, who arrived to find his body. Him never want to go out on the 13th. Friday the 13th is not a good day for him, said a tearful Eugene Lewis, whom Parkinson raised as his son. It's sad, man, he said. He struggled to understand who could have seen a one-armed 86-year-old man as a threat. You really kill one man at that age? What kind of heart you have? He asked the unknown assailant. He had shared a few laughs with his father the night before. He recalled his face showing a flicker of a smile before grief once again took over. Now, Stephen Parkinson, another of the deceased man's son, told reporters that they were both at their house when the unthinkable happened. I was here and I heard about 3 shots. I went to the bushes. By the time I got back around the entrance of the yard, the cops were there, he said. He is visiting from the United Kingdom. Well, now by early afternoon, he was packing up his belongings to move out of the community. Mm-hmm. My father got along with everyone. This is a pain, he said, seemingly still in shock. A man said he and the elder Parkinson had been friends. Said the deceased would never hurt anyone. The man, who asked not to be identified by name, said when he saw his friend's body, he assumed he had died from a heart attack, as he had been ailing for some time. He remembered Parkinson as kind and hardworking. Yeah. Part I stream, I go rough, you know.
You see it?
It's gonna be rough yet. Hear me. Hear me,
I
children.
I see it coming up, sir.
Yeah. Woman killed. Father-in-law assaulted in Linstead robbery. Speaking about that, the police have find about 4 gun run one part when I Linstead and I do that video since
I
then.
saw the video.
Yeah, man. A 33-year-old woman was shot dead. Her father-in-law assaulted and several items stolen from their residence in Linstead, St. Catherine, Friday morning. The incident took place in Venetia district in Linstead. Venetia, I'm not sure the pronunciation. Richie good as tell me, because I'm always one of them places, you know. The deceased has been identified as Serena Needham, otherwise called Prettyfoot. Police say Needham is the baby mother of a known violence producer in Linstead. That person is currently on a murder charge. You see the maths? Police reports about what the maths are doing, you know. Check the next article below that. Police reports that about 2 a.m., the two were at home when two masked men armed with handguns kicked in the back door and informed them that they are police. Oh. The men reportedly took the father-in-law outside where he saw 3 other masked men with 2 rifles and other with handguns. I think that is where that story ended, but yes, she was killed. But continuing, next day, brother murdered hours after sister's killing in Linstead. You see the maths? The brother of a woman who was killed by a gunman in Linstead, St. Catherine, Friday morning was shot dead in the same community on Friday night.
Right.
Neil Needham, a 29-year-old resident of Montgomery Avenue in Linstead, was killed and another man injured along King Street shortly before midnight. Hours earlier, his sister, Serena Needham, otherwise called Prettyfoot, was killed when gunmen broke into her home in Venetia district. Oh, so them spell it different years, so not Tina in that year. So now, police are yet to confirm if both incidents are related, but reports reaching, its Observer published it, suggest that the killings were carried out by the same group of men. It is understood that the brother was at the scene of his sister's murder and promised that her killing would not go unanswered. It is further understood that the brother was called by the gunmen and warned that he would be next. Oh, wow. The gunmen apparently carried out their threat about 11:37 p.m. last night while Needham and another man were sitting in a motor car along the mentioned roadway. So police said they were pounced upon by a gunman who opened gunfire at them. The police were summoned and on their arrival, both men were taken to hospital where Needham was pronounced dead. The other man was admitted for treatment. So the earlier incident involving the female Needham, police said she and her father-in-law, well, we said that already, so yeah. Apple cider vinegar. Venetia. Okay, Richard, I mean, I know you know, man. Richard know the inside there. Auntie. Yeah. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. You know what?
Left your alone.
21-year-old killed, 17-year-old brother on the run. So police are seeking a 17-year-old youth after his 21-year-old brother was stabbed to death this morning. The incident took place in the community of Tars Pen in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. The dead man has been identified as Alex Brissett, a resident of the community. Police have declined to release the suspect's name, but are asking him to turn himself in. It is reported that sometime after 11 Saturday morning, Brissett and his brother had a dispute. The police said during the dispute, a knife was used to stab Brissett, who collapsed. He was taken to the Spanish Town Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Now, following initial investigations, police launched a manhunt for the 17-year-old youth. By the way, Rosie, did touch on the JDF saga yet? No, Finar, no. We don't reach around to that part yet. Brothers killing brothers. Ah, boy. Your brother, you know? And like a stranger, you know? And like he's your brother, you know, family. Your brother, you know? Jaja. Apple cider or cook what? Auntie. 4 shot in downtown Kingston. So 4 persons were reportedly shot and injured along East Street in downtown Kingston yesterday evening. They are being treated at hospital. So the incident occurred about 9 p.m. So police investigators, well, at the time the article was published, were still at the scene. Now, reports are that a group of men were playing dominoes when a motorcycle drove up and a pillion opened fire on the group. If you never hear, say, honestly teach them, somebody ever tell them, say, they say teach them, sit on the roadside and play domino, I lie them and tell for me. Nah happen.
You know do that?
No. Domino thing a road not safe. Now when you play domino, you focus on the domino because you read the game and things. So you didn't know what go on around here, brother. You could just get 6 love in a real life. You understand? Lose your 6 points.
Lose your 6.
Enough man drop out, so brother. And then most of the time, you know, it's a one man on the domino table, the man they want, you know. And when the man then come, everybody I get it, you know. I not depend.
That's what you said, yeah.
If they tell us someone to teach how to play domino on the road, I lie. You know me? You understand? I stop playing for 2 years. I love the game, Jerome, but I now still got, brother, I love woman, but I now go certain place to look for no woman. When I was a boy in the street, I now go certain place to look for no woman, bro. So, I love woman. You understand? That's the greatest thing God ever make. You understand? If I now go certain place to look for a woman, then I now go play domino on the roadside, bro. What you mean I love a game? But I love my life more. You think, brother, you can't stay there. You love a game. Yeah. Them man in love, brother. So, alright. You understand? Certain place, me not go. You understand?
So if she tell us that she lives certain place, she not going to
Me not go. What me say me not do?
Not like that.
But you know me better than that to say. We not play that. You understand? Certain things just can't catch me because me not do certain things. You understand me? I say, come link me. If a link can't make, so a link just not make. You understand? Argument done. Me just never make that link there. Me not feel no way about it. Me used to go them places still, but once I was a kid, but not anymore. Once I was a kid, but that. Oh, it's a rough place with you. Auntie. Yeah, back in my young days, man, when me did, you understand? They are road like. But now me live in. So we can't run and get GS. No, me live in now, man. Me live in. I that go on. Go for it. Yeah, me live in, brother. So, you know, respect is due. You see? Yeah, so, but back in the days, man, me not go certain place. It's not a matter of me run, bro. Me just not going. You understand? Because every girl have a man in our community will love her still, you know. So you can't stay there. Every girl have a man in our community where she left when I left her. In some community. Yeah, man. Back in the days there, man.
Okay.
In some community. You know some community run off Scotty, man?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that man. Me live in, man. Sheena, what baby girl? It's good to see you.
That way you living at. What?
You're the house, what do you mean?
I tell you.
Jaja. Yes, brother. 2 persons killed at bar in Blackridge. You see that bar sitting here? That's our next place, you know. You understand? Buy liquor, guy had to drink, man. More time, all 50 by love in the community. I choose Scotty. You have one too? 1 hour.
Richie, I don't know what you or anybody is talking about.
Inside is the best side. Here's it. Boy, I mean, I tell you, brother. Inside is the best side. 5 persons were shot, 2 fatally by a gunman in the community of Spring Park in Black River, St. Elizabeth on Friday night. A beating was on Friday 13. It's a real thing. You know, it is reported at about 10:40 p.m. patrons were at a shop when men armed with guns walked up and opened fire, hitting 5 of them. The men escaped on foot in the area. So the operator of the bar, 38-year-old Marlon Gager, died at the scene, while 34-year-old bartender Samantha Johnson died in hospital. Now, Superintendent Dwight Daly, commanding officer for the St. Elizabeth Police, told reporters that an intra-gang conflict in Spring Park has now resulted in 9 persons being shot, 5 fatally. Then by the sound of this, then more people are dead like, I get shot like, cause then reprisal and these things, cause them things don't just stop so. And thing. I mean, I know. That's why I tell you, you know. Like, it's only that the stream I really talk about them story. You know, I don't do them videos no more. Because I say,
And too much.
me can't bother. You understand? So I prefer not do no video than do them video these days. One time I used to do them, but no. Mentally, nah, too much, man. You understand? Please leave my 30 alone. It's my favorite number. Yeah, police, me or what? I think. DS, so I go on youth. Big up yourself.
Good night, DS.
No, so 2 held in connection with St. Elizabeth double shooting. So 2 men have been taken into custody in connection with a double shooting in New Malvern, St. Elizabeth on April 13. So this is a story going earlier about the police hold them. A 3rd man, Carlos Beckford, has been charged in connection with the case. Now, head of St. Elizabeth Police Division Superintendent Dwight Daly reported that residents of New Malvern have been cooperating with detectives. Big up to the residents of New Malvern. It's a new beginning. Investigator says Mr. Beckford transported the gunman to New Malvern and was arrested when the getaway vehicle was intercepted. Oh yeah, alright. The bartenders always look good. Someone having a vibe, having them drink. Here just a shot in head in Clarendon.
Jesus.
Detectives from the Clarendon Criminal Investigations Branch are probing the circumstances surrounding the death of a woman at her Palmer's Cross house on Thursday evening. Now, preliminary investigations have revealed that 38-year-old Nicola Lawrence, a hairdresser who also does farming, was at her house when a man walked into her yard. He was armed with a handgun. The man reportedly made his way to the rear of the dwelling and began shooting, hitting Lawrence multiple times in the upper body, including her head and face. The gunman allegedly left the scene in a Honda Fit motor car, which was parked nearby. The police were called and Lawrence's body was removed to the hospital where she was pronounced dead, and the police have since collected several pieces of evidence at the scene, which will be sent for processing. Investigations continue. Yes, Rasta Judge. Now, police ID 2 people in Mandeville mob killing. Superintendent Lloyd Darby, head of the Manchester Police, says 2 people have been identified on the National Closed Circuit Television Surveillance System, Jamaica Eye, in last Friday's mob killing of 62-year-old Chieftain Campbell. Campbell, who was described as a well-respected citizen and dedicated community member of Victoria Town in southern Manchester, died after a crowd of people beat him on Lower Manchester Road days before his wedding, which would have been on Thursday. It is really an embarrassment to any semblance of public order and civility, Darby told Thursday morning, setting up the Manchester Municipal Corporation. Now, from Jamaica Eye footage, 2 people were identified as to have taken part in that beating, and they are being sought. There is an enhancement of footage on the way, which we expect will identify more people who took part in that incident, he added. He reiterated his appeal for people who witnessed the incident and videotaped it to come forward. Come forward and give a statement. Whatever was captured on the phone has no use unless we have somebody who comes in and states that they were the recorders of that footage, he said. Now, apparently in this incident, some robbery took place in the community, in an area. And this gentleman, I think he was at a bar having a drink, and apparently he had on similar color clothing to the suspect. And one thing lead to a next, and the police actually arrested him when they got there too. So that was a part of the discourse, and I don't know. With this jungle, I always say if you don't catch a man red-handed, brother, you're not sure. Like if you don't catch him and take the act, you have to throw caution to the wind. That's how you go. Yeah.
You can't throw caution.
You can't throw caution.
Unless they catch him in the act.
Oh, yeah, something like that. You know what I say? Oh, you don't know. It's rough. Yeah, imagine that, no, brother. Alright, you see, if the story is, I saw it go, say it was just mistaken, it could happen to anybody, you know, brother.
Anybody mistaken identity?
You say, yo, one brown, fattish brother, like, and he head big.
Hey, what kind of brother?
Fattish.
Okay.
Rob one place look white. And he know a red and grey shirt.
And I hear that about the street.
Then I mean a brown fattish brother. I'm feeling a red and grey shirt. I mean I don't know about nobody in the Robinson.
The bad make
And
people.
then we get mobbings, you know. Boy, I don't
It's
even
ready
know,
to
brother. It's a bad luck or something, what be, you know.
show.
A choke, I will be no real. Brother,
That,
you can't tell me
tell
not
that
about
to
Wobia.
tell that to security up at Portland.
You can't tell me not about Wobia. Because the Wobia man and he can't protect
Security.
himself. Yeah, fool. Ja. And then you know a Chinese telephone thing, by the time one somebody hear it, then the next somebody hear it, then the thing change up and it reach to me.
Story change.
Yo, bad star. Worse than you could have asked man in that community one day sitting for a long time, brother. I'm
Story
telling you
change.
that. No.
Like,
Yes, so police said them identify 2 people. Anything possible about that is so true, Garfield. You understand? That is so true. So let's see. I don't know, yeah. And you see sometimes in the mob killing, you see if anybody involved in the mob killing with name, at them normally get the blame. Just like Quada.
just say that.
Cause you people know. And you did it. You know you think who name the man car. I know name man, a man who don't know surname or anything. No. Prime Minister Holness vows not to withdraw soldiers from Denham Town zone of special operations. So we know the videos have been out in the street. Man a kick soldier in them body and start to sitting soldier kick people, soldier lick people with gun, man a hold
Man a
soldier
grab
gun,
soldier gun.
man a get shot. That soldier kick a lady, apparently she's pregnant, so that's the next thing. We will soon get to that. I'm here in my headphone.
Me hear.
You don't know, so me ask, boy, happy nice. You understand? Our time, I go as in bed, my name mother good as a work, I probably want to stay in a bathroom and play with the pipe. You know, I look up at the down there, so, was if you left it? Was. Yeah, I just sit down there and watch him. Like, nah, left. So, alright, so we will not withdraw the soldiers from the zone of special operation in Denham Town. That is the warning from Prime Minister Andrew Holness to those he says may be orchestrating the violent confrontations between members of the security forces and residents of the community. The Prime Minister was reacting to a series of videos where members of the community, including a pregnant woman, were appearing to violently confront members of the Jamaica Defence Force. In one of the videos, one of the soldiers appears to kick a pregnant woman during a tussle. The Prime Minister says at times members of the security forces are faced with violent citizens and at times they fail to de-escalate the situation. But he says they have improved significantly in adhering to human rights best practices for which they are trained. In the meantime, Prime Minister Holness says he has given instructions about the conduct of the security forces in the communities where there are zones of special operations. Meanwhile, the Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom is probing a pair of videos depicting civilians being assaulted by members of the Jamaica Defence Force. This was confirmed by Indicom Commissioner Hugh Faulkner. Now, one of the videos which has since gone viral on social media, a JDF member seems to beat a woman and a man with a rifle. At least one member of the army was seen appearing to kick a pregnant, well, they have said this about 6 times in the article, you know. I mean, you know, mention where the man kicked the soldier, you know, brother. But, well, I tell you, Commissioner Faulkner also says the second video is also being probed. For kicking the woman, he needs to be in jail and dismissed from the army. That's what the acidic people of Denham Town wants. They want the security forces to leave so they can do what they want. So, the pregnant woman kicked back. I soon wrap up this in one nice package and leave it. You understand? Some people feelings are going to hurt, but so be it. Better your feelings than mine. Pregnant woman kicked by a soldier fears for a baby. Tacoma Davis says she's worried about the health of her unborn child after she was kicked in the stomach by a member of the Jamaica Defence Force during a heated exchange in her Denham Town community a few weeks ago, I think last Thursday. To make matters worse, the 21-year-old first-time mother says that she's still struggling to find $6,800 to do an ultrasound. When we go up at Jubilee, them never did I hear the baby heartbeat because the machine never did I work. So the doctor gave me a letter to take to a private doctor, said Davis. And my first pregnancy this. More bad. I know it not healthy, you know. But me can't help it. On Monday, Davis told reporters that she is still shaken up by the incident, which was captured on video and posted on social media. Every second it flashed back in my memory. I be a ball, me a ball. Nobody never yet put them foot on me. Worse, the hottest thing, my father never yet lit me. And man come put him foot on me, said the former Tivoli Gardens High School student. Davis said that the incident stemmed from an earlier dispute between a soldier and one of her cousins. Davis said that her stepfather gave her $400 so that she could buy food on Bond Street. We have been on Bond Street before. And that's where we go link Sandy.
Andy.
Yeah, man. When me go around there now, me see the soldier there and block off the pathway. Him say me can't pass. So me say, oh, everybody a pass and me can't pass. Him say, big P girl, you hear me say you can't pass. And me say, just like your mouth. Me and him there, and after him fake towards me with the gun, me put my hand up. Me I go back towards him and lose my balance. And I saw him use him gun and shoot me. When me see the gun, in my face it a come. Me put up my hand and me get scraped. And my wrist, me grab off of him, But me never touch him and I saw him get for kick me. Me I grab off of him again and my sister hold me and swing me. When them a point them big guns for me, it flash back in my mind how them kill my cousin named Maroon. If him never call me a big P girl, me wouldn't answer him. Me don't want nothing to me baby. Now meanwhile, Laverne Riley, who is Davis's mother, said she will not rest until her daughter gets justice. You have people on social media pass by the remarks and them don't know how it go. But in our life, you say true, the hoof not go. After them door, them don't feel where we are feel around here. We're feeling it with the gunman and we're feeling it with the soldiers now. Really and truly, I stop it if I put to it. And me now go rest until my daughter get her justice, the mother of seven said. Riley said she has only been contacted by the JDF to sign a statement in relation to the incident, but nothing has been said about covering her daughter's medical expenses. The incident followed another video in which soldiers were recorded striking a woman and man amid escalating tensions. A zone of special operation was declared in Denham Town in October of 2017.
Take me off screen a little, please.
Huh?
Take me off screen.
Alright. Auntie. So yeah. A lot of videos have been posted online, a lot of things have been said, a lot of let me mute the interviews up here until Scotty come. Alright. So Scotty background noisy man? Bam. Hey Christina, how are you? It's good, always good to see you. Hope all is well. Auntie. Right, so I don't know. I suspect, and it is very unfortunate, the situation with this lady and the soldier. I really wish it did not escalate to that. And I sincerely hope that her child, her baby, her unborn child, will be healthy and her pregnancy will be a healthy one. As it relates to the whole situation, and I'm going to speak just now one thing. Apparently, residents in Denham Town have become emboldened as it relates to, standing up to members of the military. The members of the military have been accused of excesses and abuse of authority and power. And I don't know. I saw an article where the security minister is suggesting that familiarity may be at the center of these latest upheavals and such. And I don't know. But this is my thing. I'm of the view that as a nation, we continue to slide down a barrel of indiscipline, a barrel of no regards for law and authority. And while I will never be party and in support of members of the security forces overreaching and being involved in things that violate the constitutional rights of citizens. I am also not going to be in support of residents and citizens of Jamaica blatantly disregarding the rule of law in the country. Zane? So this is not just a soldier thing or just a resident thing. It's a combination of both. Zane? And as me I point out in the article, it was said about 4 times that the soldier kicked the pregnant girl. I saw a video where a man kicked one soldier twice, and that was never mentioned in the article. You understand? So the media houses also have a responsibility when they're reporting to be balanced, objective, and fair in reporting. Yes, it is unfortunate that the soldier felt that he needed to do that, and it should not have been done. You understand? You know, put your foot on female in the first place. See? And we can't condone that. However, on the flip side of that, residents and citizens need to understand that the rule of law is the rule of law. You ready again, teacher?
Mm-hmm.
You do the quick door. You understand? And the rule of law is the rule of law. Zane, so it is easy to say the soldiers this, and it is easy to say the citizens this. This is what I am saying. For peace to be maintained in Denham Town, there has to be a partnership between the security forces and the citizens. Zane, and both parties have a responsibility and a role to play. So there has to be some common ground, some consensus, some civility in the process. You understand? I never condone a soldier kick down a woman. I mean, I condone a man kick down a soldier neither. You understand? So, are there elements within Denham Town, outside of Denham Town, that are orchestrating these things as the police are saying to have the soldiers and security officials removed from the area? I don't know. But what I know is that there are far too many incidents involving citizens feeling that they are above the law. And that is what I'll say. Yes, and again, let the record show that I sincerely hope that this young lady, her pregnancy will come to full term and her baby will be healthy. I also hope that these incidents involving civilians and members of the military primarily in Denham Town is something of the past. I saw where, remember, there were demonstrations for days, after a resident was shot and killed by a member of the security forces, by a member of the military. The man with hold on, like, I have the video where the man hold on the gun, like, and I said the soldier for shoot him, but you can't hold on the soldier gun neither. Then if him detect the gun and the soldier get shot, then that to them be a different conversation. You understand what I say? So if you feel like, say, you are not able to live by the rules and regulation that governs us as citizens in Jamaica, then left Jamaica. Are you able to play the video? I mean, the video with the soldier, the man, I want to play it. I didn't even do a video. I have the video, but I didn't do a video on it either. But the video is out there. I want to play it in the stream. And
it's making its rounds on social.
Yeah, man, it's available, man. But yeah, son. And I have not done a video about the only video I did was where Desmond Mackenzie was saying that, when police or soldier kill somebody, roadblock and demonstration, and when innocent people die by the hands of criminal, there was no demonstration. I did not do a video on the situation. I have sat and I have looked and I have watched. You understand? And some of the things that we are doing in confrontation with security force officials in Jamaica, in some other country, are dead long time.
Long time.
May I say that again? Some of the things that we as Jamaicans are doing in confrontation with police officers and members of the military, in some country, gunshot beat you like a slave. That is just the truth. You understand? I will never ever stand for members of the security forces overreaching and abusing citizens, but also I will not stand aside and pretend like it is okay for us as citizens to violate the rules and regulation that governs the people. So there's that. You understand? Some people will benefit from saying the soldiers them for go and this and that. Some people will benefit from saying the citizens them for go. I am not into that. I am into both sides understanding that they have a role to play in
And
maintaining law and order and peace and play a role. You
Sorry.
understand? That is it. We don't want to see no video where man a kick soldier, or a video where soldier kick woman. You see me? Then that no benefit nothing or nobody. You see? So, I beg the people them down at Denham Town. I want to work with the security forces. I beg the members of the security forces who are stationed in Denham and right across the country. You also have a responsibility to treat with citizens with civility and cordiality for the thing to work. You understand what I say? So it can't be just brute force. You see me? And you say only a track. How you go?
You catch more flies with honey than
I'm not sure more catch
vinegar.
flies still, but yeah. You catch things with honey.
More than vinegar.
More than vinegar.
A fly? Or a bees? You catch
I'm
money
gonna
with
bees.
honey than me.
I
Whatever.
don't want to be bees still.
Money get catch.
But then when they use honey catch bees, then they make it, then they make
Hey.
I don't know, yes, sir. What that's sitting there, sir? What
Money
do
get
you
catch
talk
with
about?
honey. Simple.
Yes. So, I don't know. So the police, the Prime Minister said that the soldiers aren't going nowhere. And I am in full agreement with that pronouncement and that stance. You understand? So, yeah. Also, the citizens balance on themselves, man. The people, them, the soldier, them balance on themselves. You see me? Because some things we get away with when we are wrestle with police out there and soldier. Some places, man, where we are wrestle with police and soldier. You know, when I Jamaica colloquial term, we say wrestle, wrestle.
Build up
Yeah,
a
so-
lecture every time you say word one just now.
Wrestling, say? Your lecture?
Your man come talk about
Me
wrestling.
never go say, sir, then you answer that right, you know, brother.
No, but Nigel never tells them, sir, why you wrestle? Who you say
Yes,
wrestle?
sir. No. And ladies, next thing, if you know you're pregnant, your first duty is to protect your child. I'll say that again. Ladies, and let's not pretty this up. If you are pregnant, your utmost responsibility is to protect your unborn child. And that means you don't put yourself in a situation willingly where the health of your pregnancy may become put in question. I'm just saying. Like, I'm going to be real about it. You understand? We say we now can't go no foolishness for nobody, you know, but let's be real. Let me just say that. Next thing you know, that Maroon thing, you see? It gone too far, rude boy. That Maroon thing, he need to maroon back, Rasta. Cause say, he want to look like say, I don't even know. What the Maroons are doing, in my opinion, and let me say it publicly. The Maroons are quickly eroding all the goodwill that they have amongst Jamaicans. And the truth is that there is...
Was it a
Ah...
lot? Because, see,
historically speaking,
yes,
there hasn't been a lot. However, there is this love where Jamaicans have, you know, because them say, yo, them are slave fighters and they led rebellions and however, when you go deeper than that and you understand what the Maroons, you know, people kind of get very, you know, touchy about that, but fine. So I'm saying they enjoyed some goodwill from Jamaicans and at large. However, I think in the past, not so long, they have been doing a lot to erode whatever goodwill existed.
They had.
And we see now where it has moved from the Maroons, especially a compound against the state, to Maroons against Maroons. Moortown Maroon Colonel accuses Chief Curry of plot to overthrow his leadership. Colonel of the Moortown Maroons in Portland, Wally Sterling, is accusing leader of the Accompong Maroons, Richard Curry, of being the mastermind in a plot to overthrow him. Now, 18-year-old Lamar Dillon is calling for an election. Called for an election last week, I think, or week before, as she wanted to challenge Sterling, who has served as colonel for some 30 years. However, according to Colonel Sterling, no such election has been approved as he had not given that order. He said he was willing to facilitate an election once it is demanded by a majority of the residents at the regular township meetings. And thing. Now, calls placed to Colonel of a compound Maroon, Richard Curry, have gone unanswered. I bite my tongue. I say last night, I just bite it back. Same place, you know.
If I hear tongue, I heard it, so.
My name plan for. So remember, no election was sanctioned, but apparently the election was going on. The long story. Now, Buju Banton, Mark Myrie, and Richard Curry were barred from entering the Rio Grande Valley. I don't know that.
Right.
No, let me word this properly. I don't know that there is anything in the Constitution that gives the security forces the authority to do that. Let me explain. Unless they had information that suggests that these men going to this area would lead to something that is not good. If you get what me I say.
Yeah, could lead to some form of
Because
unrest,
we
like
are entitled to free movement. You understand? As a part of our rights. So I don't know if there was any information that suggests that them going to the Rio Grande Valley would have caused things that were not in keeping with law and order, if you get what me I say. No, the Gleaner, and I'm right, the Gleaner has been informed that international reggae artist Buju Banton was a short while ago, and this article is a few days old now, barred from entering, I think it was last week, entering the upper Rio Grande Valley, where the Moortown Maroons are expected to hold an election that day, the day. Now, our news team, which is the Gleaner news team, understands that the entertainer was stopped and questioned at a security checkpoint in Fellowship by members of the security forces, who then refused him entry. The commanding officer for the Portland Police Division, Superintendent Kenneth Chin, has confirmed that the artist was stopped at a checkpoint. He was, however, unable to provide additional information about what transpired between the reggae artist and the lawmen. He told the Gleaner that he would try to get more details on the situation. However, a police source told reporters that Banton, whose real name is Mark Myrie, was stopped along with an entourage traveling in a bus. He was questioned about his presence in the area and then refused entry into the upper Rio Grande Valley by the police military team, which also ordered him to turn back. The Gleaner was also informed that a similar warning was issued to Chief of the Accompong Maroons in St. Elizabeth, Richard Curry, earlier that day, after he was reportedly intercepted at an undisclosed location by members of the police military team. Now, anxiety is growing in Moortown, which is located in the upper Rio Grande Valley in eastern Portland, as an 18-year-old member of the community, Lamar Dillon is seeking to unseat Colonel Wallace Sterling for a leadership of the Moortown Maroons. And then something else.
That's the young lady that had the Achilles on her head?
Right.
Okay.
So, apparently, it is being suggested that Lamora is being pushed and funded by some other Maroons outside Moortown.
Outside of Moortown?
Yeah. And as Colonel Sterling said, he not really girl. Him say a Curry do it. I don't know. So, I know Curry and Butcher been apart. Because them a star. You understand? So, apparently, it look like a local Maroon war.
Sure.
A child shall lead them. Lord, I don't mash up first. If you can, you catch more flies with only now video. Oh, people still up on that. So, yeah, I don't know what going on with the Maroons. See? But it don't look good. It don't look good. Alright, so there was a meeting with Maroon leaders and the Prime Minister, I think the Prime Minister, Some people. And the leader of their compound, Maroon, was not invited, I don't think. So there was that. So only for something. I think the Maroon leaders met by themselves and Mr. Curry was not invited. I don't know. I don't know. But the Maroons, I think them are erode whatever goodwill remains
For them.
for them. And based on my assessment, I don't know that much goodwill remains. I could be wrong.
Can I be honest with you though? You know that, well, I never did history. Maybe up to grade 9, look up, run up and down clear on history. But I didn't know until recently what the the Maroons really were, or who they really were, or their purpose back then.
Well,
Was
they were
until-
runaway slaves.
Correct.
Right,
then
that's
now
how they
when the
started
old
out
thing-
as.
But when the whole thing came up about
The
them
treaty
helping to return
to return runaway slaves as part
yeah.
of the agreement.
I
of
never
the
knew about
treaty.
that.
Yeah, man.
Honestly. I never knew about that part of it.
You need to read.
Yeah. I forgot practice look at that every now and
People without knowledge of their history is like a tree without a root.
then. It's rootless. Sir.
You need to become rooted and grounded, miss. I was having the same question with Jam, the same conversation.
Oh man, I
because
didn't know it like that.
She, like you, was oblivious to
All of
that part of it.
In my mind, they were just freedom fighters. That was it. Runaway slaves who were freedom fighters. Full stop.
So that is a popular narrative, and they know the landscape of the land. Right. So So initially they were runaway slaves. They took refuge in the hills and they would defend their freedom. And a lot of wars between them and the British, and they would prevail, guerrilla warfare and stuff until the treaty was signed. And apparently, as a part of the treaty, it was agreed that they now would also return other runaway slaves back to their plantation owners. So yeah. So I know, yeah, but it is there. If you want to find out, it is there. It's not for me to come and give a history lesson. I'm a geography teacher. I'm not a history teacher.
So who did ask you to teach history?
You.
Me?
Right.
I'm so glad we're on video where we can replay.
I mean, one.
Are you trying to say you're going to doctor it or remove aspects of it?
I'm
That's
just
good
saying.
food.
No. That's not what I said. I said I own it.
Okay.
Okay, right. So let's get that clear. Male patient care assistant who fondled teenager to be sentenced in June. So a 45-year-old male patient care assistant found guilty of fondling a 15-year-old patient at the Noel Holmes Hospital is to be sentenced in June. Damian Bigby was convicted in the Hanover Parish Court on Tuesday. Now, due to the sensitive nature of the case, it was heard behind closed doors. However, Sharon B. Putt, superintendent in charge of the Hanover Police Division, provided details at its conclusion. He was convicted and is set to be sentenced on June 14. The court was told that the teenager was admitted to the Hanover Hospital as she was struggling with depression, brought on by a sexual assault at the hands of a family member when she was 10 years old. On the night of May 21, 2021, while at the hospital seeking care, she was fondled by Bigby. The case, which was investigated by the Hanover branch of the Center for Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse, was first called up in the Hanover Parish Court on June 2, 2021. So the family member accused of sexually assaulting the minor was taken into custody last June. Yeah, all of us are slaves, and people who don't know history will say anything. I'm not sure now, follow that, yeah. We are living on the plantation.
She had me the funny plantation picture. I swear.
I don't know why that made me laugh, because that's what we
I don't
always
know.
say.
True,
we
bro.
always have it up on the plantation.
I feel like I'm in the plantation and me's not one of the old slave. You understand?
So you have to do the work.
So me not get no privilege. Me not inside.
Field slave business.
Me's a why you say sorry me out there pick cotton? Me's a field slave.
A banana
Me
and
feel
cane
like
work around the side of still.
me feel like me dey put no me feel, sir. Rather
You
than
feel
for
like
banana
I
and
cut the
cane me not do.
plantation and you then
Me
name
not
some banana
alright.
and cane.
Yeah.
You
Me
can't
not
eat
eat
on the
too
people
much
in
cane.
plantation.
I
You
do
eat
get
at
I feel
lunchtime.
alright.
Okay, and so you go.
Me have a lecturer said we go cut grass for early morning, you know. We just cut out the like grass and I don't know sleep. And get up and go back our bed.
Jamaica is subject to the United Nations Organization, and like all the countries are not sovereign. I not even get into that enough.
Oh,
That
no,
is
go
not a
down there
part
and
of
go
the
there.
discussion tonight. You understand what I say? So that is neither here nor there. Teach them I know what is Bugatti. To women I know what Bugatti to bro.
Yes, I bet you say yes.
Him say what?
Yes, you always come and make sure and then me
A
pick up for you,
compound
but
maroons
you
trying to
keep
make
making
you.
fun of
A compound maroons trying to make you truly free, but you don't realize.
Oh, you?
Oh, me? Oh, you mean?
You never
But
make
trying to
free?
make me free?
Yeah.
I am a free man.
Hmm.
You mean?
Me not say that to you.
No, but let's read the comments.
You can read the comments. I'm asking who are they trying to make free if it's you?
Oh, me? But I am a free man.
Okay.
I am not enslaved by anybody.
Alright, bro.
You understand?
If you say so.
I pay my own bills, you know, brother. Work for myself, you know. You see it? I am watching those Maroons, so they organize themselves. Well, boy, I cannot trust no one around here. Healthcare. Boy, I'm not tell you the Andre, brother. Sometimes, as I said, brother, somebody said earlier, I said inside are the best side, yeah, sir. So, I agree. So, watch out, man, you know. St. Thomas is a strange place, you know. Big up to all our St. Thomas people, them from Paul Bogle, lineage, come right back around the other side there. But it's St. Thomas. You say, yeah, then me say me feel like I'm up on the plantation. You need to ask me why I say that. You understand? Me saying that you interpret it how you see it, then you have to ask me, let me interpret it for you. You don't interpret my speech, sir. Then you ask me why I say that. You understand? And I say something that I always say. I'm referring to working as a teacher. So when I go work, I say I'm up on the plantation. It's just a thing. So what the big deal now? Why of all the things that I've said that I decide to take up? And bro, if you and let me put this out there, because I think it's the first time I'm seeing it here.
Oh.
The Prizaki
Yeah,
kill
possibly.
in Jamaica. So watch this. No man, I not do that. When I express my views, they are simple that my views. When you express your views, they are simple that your views. You don't have to agree with my views. I don't have to agree with your views or your opinions. It doesn't make them any less or any greater. You understand? We are free to think and feel how we feel. If me tell you how me feel, that is how me feel. That shouldn't concern you. If you feel how you feel, that shouldn't concern me either. We are all entitled to our opinion. I don't have any agenda. I am not pushing any envelope. I have no fear or favor or friends like that. You understand? So when I speak based on my thing. You understand? None of them people don't put on my part. I put on my own part. You understand? So at the end of the day, it's neither here nor there for me. So if you feel a particular way about a thing, that is fine. I am not telling you not to, and I'm not telling you to. I am just telling you how I feel about a particular thing. You understand? So we don't need to get all,
What you feel?
wires crossed. No. I mean, but just tell you how me feel about something. See, and then you are willing to feel how you feel. I am not trying to discourage you or to tell you not to. I'm just telling you how I feel. You understand? Yeah. I like the calmness there. I find a spirit of calmness there. I like,
Or when you put on your pot, what you cook?
I'm going to cook today.
And
Curry local shrimp.
your curry shrimp?
Now that me just say.
So you couldn't invite me over for dinner? Did you stop to think if I ate?
You live on diet.
If I had gas to cook?
Yes, I work. You don't man, you work 2 jobs. You'll be careless.
No, I'm just saying that, you know.
Yeah. You cook yesterday?
No,
When last you cook?
the gas finished.
We about before the gas finished. When was the last time?
Before it gets finished.
Right. Did you invite me for dinner? Did you stop to think that if I had gas,
Yes.
I took cook?
Yes. Yes. I did all of that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So we could continue. All right. So, as Mr. St. Thomas is a place where, you understand?
Oh, Mr. St. Thomas.
Them find 6 skull in one place.
The large one?
Yes.
Okay.
The large building there. So them I investigate. Then find them in some crate, alive, in some boxes. With some other things. So I don't know if it was ritualistic. But hold on. But on a serious note, what 6 skull and skeletal remain? I don't know the skeletal or how much of the skeletal remain. Focus on how you may talk to you know. You're coming focus on
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
head side.
Mary, this something. I'm hearing you.
Right. So them say them I investigate and then I have no immediate owner of the building neither. But it used to house a large build. It was a large building. I think
How
it's
long ago?
called the Royal James Lodge Building. You know, said that. I don't get the information there.
Okay.
You see? So then find 6 skulls and then sitting there. So were these skulls taken there as part of the lodge building
A ritual.
or
Or
or were these bodies there and them decay and the skull did it? I will have a
what
question.
are these skull alone? Eh? Where is I bone them?
Suppose a skull alone there one. They don't know about lodge. You know not about lodge?
No, sir.
Right, so they don't know which part they want.
No.
Demolition crews have discovered 3 more human skulls at the old Royal James Lodge building in St. Thomas. This has pushed the total number of human skulls found since last Sunday to 6. The demolition exercise started on Sunday, May 8th. That was Mother's Day, but was halted after human remains were found in the building. Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers in the building.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Head of the Area 5 Police, Assistant Commissioner Gary Griffiths, said that the 3 additional human skulls were found in boxes on Tuesday, May 10th. Yo, your background nice, you know. When you left, me mute the thing and, brother, one piece and quiet in the maze. Alright, here there. Alright, people don't want to tell us. So this is with Scotty on stream. This is without Scotty. Hold on. So, hear that? Without Scotty. With Scotty.
Your problem. You see it clear as day.
Background sound like you live in a dance.
Party I keep out and do.
Yeah, so that one thing there kinda I don't know. As a matter of fact, you know, me link somebody. Hold on, as I said publicly, I am trying to build a network, you see? Where it's like how when things happen and people sending them video to Gloudon and then sitting there and thing. And you have like correspondence around one part, like you have a correspondent at St. James and one at Trelawny and place like. And thing go on and I call Scotty around at St. James side and say, Scotty, go get that for me. I'm pay you. Like I'm willing to do that. So since I don't want to be secretary, you need to get me some correspondence.
You have to pay me first.
Right, I will. No, I don't be alright the services. No, man, you work and get paid. You ever got to work and get paid before you start work?
Yes.
Where?
What did you want to know?
Eh? Oh, okay. I don't want to do. So, no, on a serious note though, like, you know, that's something I'm willing to pay for. Like, you know what I mean? Teach them applying for the job. So, like, something go on at Trelawny and we link up and say, yo, what go on? Go get me some footage and some pictures around this one. We don't have a PayPal and use like your bank account and at the end of the month, you know what I mean? We make sure it's a thing go on. Like, I'm willing to do that. As me go along. So we'll see. But that's something I'm willing to do though. That's not a problem. And you know, we pay for people services, so nobody no strike around our side.
I mean, we strike, you know?
No, you will strike, you're just fatigued and love get trouble. But you cannot strike and say, your boss is not taking care of you. That.
Check it is not a problem. I will
Right,
read.
so I could deal with the House of Bones situation now. House of Bones. Woman who lives next to large building dismisses dopey story. If you didn't live near that building, then Scotty, why you don't go around that part there?
You not live near that building then. No, if no, you not.
Hold on. So bro, you're not taking my application. True, you're not dead aside of sis, you know. If you're there over Portland side or the Portland side, definitely you'd be my Portland correspondent.
Yeah, that side.
But you're not dead aside there, mama. You understand? Not really, yeah. But yeah. But seriously, if there are people out there and you know you're willing to, you have a good look phone like, you can take nice pictures and good video like, and you can hold it cross way like this.
Hey, one thing with you and a phone thing then.
Yeah, man. You can hold it cross way like this and balance it.
Are you pet peeve, you know?
And ask some people, brother, you can't have video songs and you can't give me man. That's a 9, mama, man.
Are you pet peeve, you know?
Brother.
You know that, right?
Eh? It's a 9,
Are
man.
you pet peeve, man?
Very high. So yeah. Then we're willing for, you know, man, bring in the team and make the thing go on and you know, we benefit, you benefit, everybody benefit. And thing. Right. So as me say, no, but you don't know say it did it, Scotty, you don't know say that you just want a whole building there beside your house. You buy a house there and you find out say it was a large building and then find 6 skulls over there. What you then do?
Then me not go candy do now. When I do sell your house, I run away.
Yeah.
Answer.
Miss Pearl has spent most of her life living next door to the loyal James Lodge premises in Maroon, St. Thomas. Her children, she said, played in the yard and they have never seen or heard anything spooky. The man, they mass it, man. Then they have a pause. High laugh, domusy.
No, boy.
Me surprised bad when me hear say bone fine over there because me live right next door and don't know what was taking place. I know large meetings used to happen there, but I never see anything out of place, the 90-year-old said. Now, a massive police probe is on the way after several boxes of human remains were discovered in the building by workmen who were carrying out a demolition exercise. I stand up and hear them talking about finding skulls. I live here from me young till me old now. I never know about anything spooky, she said. Now, counsel for the Maroon Bay Division in the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation, Rohan Bryan, this week said he was followed home by the ghosts of 3
But I have that story there in the script.
What you mean in the script? In the script, man?
No.
Yeah, man. So, hold on. You just see the story look about 3 more human skulls found? It and die.
I'm not seeing that.
Really?
The last, after you read Curry and Budget Bar from Rio Grande, the next, that's what's next on my thing.
What come next?
You win.
Yeah, you pass you women, I read you it.
Okay.
So you see it now?
Yeah, me see Auntie Pearl.
Right, so the council for the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation said that this week he was followed home by the ghost of 3 children.
Who said that?
You know who for that man go home? You live for the man? You live at the man yard? So you know who for that man go home?
Me just say who follow him go home.
3
That's all I'm
picnic. You're
asking.
deaf. You have it in front of you. Dopey children.
From?
I don't know.
Whom do they belong?
I don't know. So, Rohan Bryan this week said he was followed home by the ghost of 3 children. A police officer attached to the Maroon Bay police station, which is located across the road from the large building, said that he has heard ghosts there talking to each other late at night. But Miss Pearl rubbished those claims. I don't think that did that bother anybody. I would have to see them with my 2 eyes. I may never see not even a shadow. I am not afraid. At my age, I don't see why I should get afraid about any dopey, she said. Meanwhile, Horace Richards, who was one of the workers who discovered the remains, said he was not surprised about the find. With Lodge, me expect anything for happen at them place. Me always walk with my file.
You come prepared. Yeah, right up.
Me always walk with my file, a consecrated olive oil in my back pocket.
Yes.
And me use it and rub up myself. More time I call work and them tell me to give them a touch off of it. I me give them. Yes.
Frank say what his joke to his
He said, Richards pointed towards two wooden boxes which he said contained the skeletal remains as well as a wooden rooster. What I use a rooster for? I see rooster, you know. So one picture of a rooster. Old photographs, books, ancient coins, and small bottles with liquids were also observed. I wonder if the apple cider vinegar in another bottle. I'm not afraid of nothing more than the Almighty. The only reason why I'm not work today is because the police them halt the demolition for now. Me a dopey myself, he said. Anthony Donovan Sinclair, a man who has mental challenges, said that he is now homeless as the building has been his home since 1995. Oh. So reporters, well, he told reporters that he has seen and heard doppies, but he remained mostly unbothered. Them used to make nice, I mean. Them used to make nice, I made all the time. One night, I couldn't take it no more and come outside. And I buck up in a coolie woman. And then you cool it up here. And then so I just move out of here. I just move out of her way because cool it up. You never hear about that? Say, if I dump here and I cool it up here, you can't win. You never hear? Yeah, man, they cool it up here and I miss, man. Now, according to Commissioner of Police Gary Griffiths, commander for Area 5 in St. Thomas Falls, recalled being stationed at the Morant Bay police station when he was a constable. He said that he saw a person attending lodge meetings, but he had no idea of the rituals that took place there. Oh, they know some ritual took place here. Griffiths said that investigations into the find are ongoing and offered that the police do not expect to find any more human remains there. He also said that people should not be scared to be in the vicinity of the old building. There's nothing to be scared about because the building has always been here. And if you existed with it from the 70s until now, you don't just let out the duppy them. What you mean, brother? Then the duppy then they lock up first when I go through there. What you mean the duppy afraid? Yeah. The duppy show your name. The awakening. But.
Yeah,
I want to tell you some link. Damien. See, I'm Mr. Damien. But Damien are there. Damien, they want a small island them and teach. So I said, Damien, you don't know nobody out of St. Thomas that can go video over there for me. And 19 seconds video me get it. Somebody don't go over there. You know video over there. 19 seconds. Then me I said that, well, that video good enough because they photo on crossway and thing, you know, and then zoom in. Then if you go cross. 19 seconds. Yeah, man. Me use the said way. Me give thanks. You see it?
But I read this funny. I did dopey then wake up.
The man say if you do a building long time, that's about me. I said it's now the awakening. You have disturbed the spirits. I'm just saying.
Anti-person, not the numbers.
She in the stream?
Yeah.
Oh, she not nice.
No, in the article.
Oh, in the anti-pearl. Me think it's anti-curl.
No.
Me think. Yeah, okay.
Anti-person, I like them at them.
I go video the double fear. I wish you could die, man. That's that. I try far, I don't go out there myself still. You see, I get one nice video myself.
You may not come with you.
You don't have to come with me. I walk with my file and my back pocket.
You imagine it cool it up if you come back home? Yeah. You know that problem, sir?
Do I walk with my matching stick there, man? I'll strike them, I drop them. I strike 3 and drop 2.
Alright, man.
She has her 3 decks out there. She put her own. Follow who? Yeah, fool, man. Whole night she out there search 3 decks matching stick. I'm God with that.
God.
Yeah, so why I have to take about this joke. But on a serious note still, it would be good for investigation to unravel as to how these skeletal remains came to be present in that location and if there was anything sinister about it and all of these things. You understand? So I don't know. Yeah. On a sad note, veteran, legendary, renowned journalist Barbara Goodison, known as Miss Gloudon, passed earlier in the week. Yeah. So she has left her mark and will be remembered for many good things. She was host of RJ Online for centuries. You understand? She also became the writer of the National Pantomime for a long time. She wrote plays that aired on the radio. She was the conceptualizer behind, I think, the National Spelling Bee. She was the author of, or the editor of the children ones for a long. She did a lot of things.
She did a lot.
She lived a very,
She contributed.
yeah, she contributed a lot. You understand? She contributed a lot, and she was the soundtrack to many of our days growing up as children. You understand?
Sir?
Because here we go on. You see my mother? Well, Miss Parley. She used to listen to RJ Online every day. So you don't have no choice. You have to listen.
And you have to listen.
You understand? But a Perkins, me used to want to listen, but you can't play Perkins.
Oh,
around
you
here,
didn't want to listen to Monty?
Yeah, because Monty just funny. Like, when Monty...
No,
From Monty laugh, you have to just laugh too.
I miss
As a youth.
Grandma Polly.
So, you understand? Yeah, man.
Never have no choice. And that you
Never have no choice.
Alan and Dorian in the morning.
RJ all
And
day.
then you run right down into Miss
Right
Gloudon.
now.
No choice. I eat that.
No trouble things that no trouble here. Ritual sacrifice. Like be a pastor. So, let me take this opportunity to express my condolences to the family of Lady Barbara. She has served herself, her family, and her country well. And you know what I mean? One of the greats. What good, Miss G. Yeah. Now, FID said they're going after assets of Manchester businesswoman convicted of money laundering. So the Financial Investigations Division has initiated forfeiture proceedings against Manchester businesswoman Eva May Sterling, who was convicted of money laundering charges. Sterling, 61, pleaded guilty to 2 counts of engaging in transaction involving criminal property in contravention of the Proceeds of Crimes Act poker. Last week, she was fined $300,000 or 9 months imprisonment on 1 count by the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court and 12 months imprisonment suspended for 24 months on a second count. The FID says it has since commenced the process for the Supreme Court to consider and assess Sterling's full benefit from her criminal conduct lifestyle, which is estimated to exceed Jamaica $100 million. No. So, and I just $300,000 quote for her. She was granted bail in the sum of $700,000. The matter is set to be mentioned in the Home Circuit Court on May 17 for asset forfeiture proceedings. Now, Sterling's son, Nicholas Chang, and sister Marlene Ledford, both business proprietors facing similar money laundering charges, pleaded not guilty when they appeared before the court with the businesswoman. Chang and Ledford are scheduled to return to court on June 15. And when commenting on the case, the FID's principal director, Keith Darian, said families must take due care when managing or investing funds for their relatives, especially when the source of the funds is unknown or questionable. It is unfortunate when you have to prosecute so many members of one family, but we stand resolute in our commitment to ensuring that crime does not pay. Darian said the FID will utilize poker to pursue facilitators of money laundering, particularly wealth generated from transnational organized crime activities. We have observed the unfortunate abuse of a booming real estate sector for laundering of the proceeds of crime. The FID, along with other law enforcement partners, is proactively monitoring the sector to mitigate its elevated money laundering vulnerabilities and things. So they must say enough of the man them where I do that something here, I do illegal things, they might use the money bill apartment complex and buy houses and stuff. So I don't know. So yeah, I watch and see. Now, Finance Ministry official charged with corruption. What's new? An employee of the Ministry of Finance and Public Service has been slapped with corruption charges for allegedly accepting money to shortcut an approval process.
Oh boy.
The ministry says the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency arrested the official on May 9. The employee, who was not named in a ministry statement, was later charged with corruptly soliciting and accepting funds from a member of the public. It is reported that the official facilitated the fast tracking of motor vehicle due to concession approval process. And the official was offered bail and is expected to appear in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. Now, the Bank of Jamaica cites non-disclosure agreement for inability to release cost of new banknotes. So it takes money to make money. Who knew?
Whatever.
The Bank of
But
Jamaica. Why? Why what?
Go ahead. No man, go ahead.
No man, why what?
Maybe I'll get my answer in the article.
Okay. But I'm not see the big secret.
That's what I'm saying. So why they can't disclose what it takes to print the new banknotes?
I don't know. The Bank of Jamaica says it is unable to release the costs to redesign and print the country's upgraded banknotes due to a non-disclosure agreement. That shouldn't be, because it's a national situation. That is according to a statement from the central bank Friday afternoon. It follows their denial of an access to information request regarding the cost. So I didn't know you can deny the access to information request. No, but that's serious level.
Can't.
Eh?
Maybe you can't, but they can.
No. Alright, so the Access to Information Act give the public, our citizens, the right to write to whichever agency under the Access to Information Act trying to get information on a particular thing that is related to the public. So I didn't know that it can be rejected. I didn't know that that was a provision in the Act. If you get what I say.
No, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying maybe you can't, but they can. They can deny you access to the information.
They don't need
There must be. Maybe there are some clauses.
No, there are. So there are some information that you cannot get. Now for national security purposes.
Security purposes.
And I know there, even so, while with national security, there is a time period that have to elapse before you can access the information.
Certain info.
Right? So me get that. So some information is just too delicate for the public to. Me get that. But generally speaking, I don't know why wanting to know how much it costs to redesign and print these notes is such a top secret. I mean, no. Right. So the new banknotes are designed to ease use for the visually impaired as well as to make transaction. So there's an error in the article. They are set to be put in circulation at the end of the year. So the central bank awarded the contract to redesign and print the upgraded notes to the UK-based firm De La Rue. The BOJ, while acknowledging the valid concerns regarding the provision of information about the cost of the upgraded banknotes, says it is unable to disclose such information as the terms and conditions of its contract. According to the bank, this information, including the cost, is subject to a strict confidentiality agreement. It says personnel engaged in the procurement process were required to sign non-disclosure agreements prohibiting them from disclosing the settled payment terms. Wow. The BOJ says disclosure would therefore expose the bank to legal action for a breach of contract. It says the Access to the Information Act exempts the disclosure of information relating to the terms of the contract, as to do so would be an actionable breach of confidence. I have something to say about this. Soon come. However, the bank defended the selection of De La Rue as the successful printer was the result of a rigorous procurement process conducted by the bank, with the final recommendation being approved by the Ministry of Finance and Public Service. It says the procurement process was consistent with the government's procurement guidelines. The central bank says 6 reputable banknote printers submitted bids, which were assessed by a committee of the bank's currency experts. While the bank says it is unable to provide the cost, it set the average cost of printing banknotes over the last 3 years as approximately $7 million per annum. So it costs $7. So let me see something. So 7 million times average about $150 now. My calculator freeze from my phone.
My dog a bark or your dog a bark?
I don't have no dog. You want the dog, me have a bark and so it go sound.
Okay.
Yeah. So like a mongrel. Right, so this is my thing now. Zane, or we're not finished. It says for the upgraded banknotes, the cost will initially be higher given the significantly larger quantities to be ordered, as redesigned notes will fully replace the current notes over time. However, the BOJ argues that the new materials used in the notes will result in cost savings for the bank over time, as the average useful life of the banknotes will increase by at least 50%. I am wondering, you see, if this non-disclosure agreement was from the side of Delarue or it is the government that put this in there. It's a dopey dog.
Who said that? Don't do that. Who said that? That's not nice.
And thing, or it was Delarue who said that there has to be a non-disclosure. And why would they hide? Why would the company hide that when they look business?
I don't know.
Are the government aside of the discussion put that in there?
I said them.
You understand? So they must say averagely it normally costs US $7 million per year to print notes.
What will it come with me then?
Brother, I just try to work it out. 7 million US times 7 million times 150. I calculate on my phone can't manage it. See if I calculate it, obviously I can't manage it. Because I need to know that figure there. Swanny don't work you out and tell me it, man. I go to school and I'm a farm fool, you know. Okay. 1 billion Scotty. I think 1 billion and 50 million, something in the region. I have to look on it again. Somewhere. Cost $2 to make. Cost $2 to make $1. Makes no sense. So it's fishy. I love this. Like I didn't know that as I said, the NDA they don't not the NDA, the access to information. I need, as a matter of fact, I need to find that act and read it. I go find it. I don't look reading me after day, you know, but I like do them things, because I like know things, you know. So I go see what I know that some information you just can't get it, especially within a particular time frame. Because there was a discussion recently about security sensitive things, like they want to move it from must say 20 years to 90 years or something. I don't remember. I don't remember, man. It was a big discussion about it. 1 billion and change. Yeah, yes. See? And things. So, I don't know. We also saw where Petrojam trial has started, where former general manager, I think, Floyd Greenley, and former chairman Badu Singh, they're in front of the courts. And this trial, I probably need to keep a close eye upon it because it may be a precursor to one with Uncle Ruel, and we see how this one go and all of these things. And these things. So yeah, watch that. The lawyers represent, it's a very powerful legal team they have amassed, you know. KD Greenley and Badu Singh. KD Knight and Bert Samuels, those are the lead lawyers and the thing. Okay. Yeah, man. Powerful
big guns.
Legal team. Yep. Only champagne missing. Yeah, so them things there. I want to be foolish is going in that country, sis. I don't know. The crime rate is
crazy.
It's criminal.
It's not a word. It's out of
control. The situation with wages for public sector workers, and it's rough.
Water more than flour.
Fritters, you have to go for any brother.
Sir.
And saltfish are cheap, you know?
You can't buy saltfish, you put in other fritters the way you talk, but all of some other fuck you can't find the fritters get water just too much.
No, the case proceeded. I know there was a day that there were some missing documents, but the case has proceeded since then, man. I think all the days they have been they have come and gone through the process those days. But I know that there was some document that was missing for true, but it has proceeded, I think. So I don't know. Right, so I don't know. Right now, you have to ensure you're secure. As I say, ensure you talk about the new trend.
That's not even good, bro.
No, but when we say this thing, it's the social media, mama. Jesus Christ, man. You say all the youth then when they send home from school, what they at? Yeah, man. Why I tell you?
Like, I find them ridiculous.
A glue
I
alone
don't
you
buy
can
so
make with
intro
that
for
thing.
my grandmother the other
Yeah,
day
make
because she
intro
like
for your
it.
grandmother.
I go there if you go.
You soon
Yeah,
can get
he
intro for
gets it.
buying a brother.
Buy a couple camera gear just in case.
Because the people that might insure say they insure. Well,
Me a one man a cuss say. Then China can't support you in them foolishness.
the boy love his supper Jed.
You know they can't afford it. So
I
they
leave the
try
insure
to
teach him
cancel
it hot
them.
right now. I wish insure was listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange and I'd buy some. Cause I'd buy some when I start the cars. They would
But
make
really
some
though,
money.
sir, really?
I mean really. I see a next thing with that video where them have a dance name must pass the brick and them use a barrel cover beat one man there. You don't see that?
So instead of having the mics on my cover meeting.
Yo, I just come in a comment on social media really, brother. Ensure stick price must jump up, stock price must jump up. We don't think there is a listed company still. I don't even know who distribute Ensure Jamaica. I go to ask if I go to separate our West Indian, I'm not sure. I'm not separate shares, I'm West Indian shares still. So,
Back
yeah.
man with the barrel. So him stand up and make them and beat him with the barrel cover?
Yeah, man.
He love beating us, sir. A theme thing
Upon
that
social
for
media, I
left
see it,
people.
man.
That a theme thing and that him
Yeah,
like.
fine. So I say them for lick out in Kaka, man.
They don't fit up. Already said no, they don't play no more, they still a licking.
I mean, I say you don't know people are beating the head with barrel cover. Like,
Where dance them?
them are licking the head. I must say, pass. You don't remember, brother? I saw me see it, you know. I saw me see it. Yo, when they licking one, you know, sitting bending, brother, and then pass it to somebody else, and then licking again, you know. And they bending, you know. You see?
And he's not up there.
I'm going to tell you, brother. Sit that way.
Don't do it. Sir, we tell you, so we are going in angle basket.
I'm worried, still, sis.
You have to be.
I'm worried.
Anybody not worried, something wrong with you.
I'm worried, because right
You have
now,
to be worried.
everywhere you look, Makajuki, you know, brother.
Everywhere. Every direction is turned.
And while social media is a beautiful thing, you know, sis, it is, well, I suppose everything have good and bad in it, so, yeah.
Sir,
It's,
people them are just fool you. That meeting.
yeah.
Me not say certain things I will say, you know, that look interesting, but like really?
How you say and say look interesting?
No man, you will see some random things on
Okay.
YouTube or whatever. You say,
Now if you keep an eye on you, know, cause
No man. What
me
things
can't gonna get drawn in foolishness, you know.
First of all, I'm afraid of licks, so nobody never beat me in the barrel cover. This is one thing I'm afraid of lick. Me.
Yo.
You understand? Boy,
I
I
don't
beat
know.
barrel cover. And ensure. So when me, cause listen, I never heard the song. When I finally heard,
There's a song.
yeah, oh, were you there?
But think it's just a random thing. I didn't know there was a song.
No, and the youth then tell me.
I didn't know there was a song.
Yes, cause one of our youth make a look at TikTok video. Him alone in that video still, but he must say, you know, I'm gonna touch down a youths for them girl, and he have one insurance in his pocket.
Oh, they think you have conky in the fire, they say more touch sugar.
You didn't get a one circle on a page. So now, yes, teacher, there's a song. I think maybe there's about a line in
Code.
it.
I don't even know. Like, somebody just tell me,
Come
say,
on.
a Briscoe singing song named Code. I didn't know.
Yeah, man, one
I
song
don't know.
that
Because
there's
I'm
a
going
line
to
in
follow
this
up
song
these things.
about Ensure and the Portmore girls.
Okay. Song.
Yes.
Brother, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, that miss me. Bro, see, I don't even feel all in it. It's just that we don't have time for them things anymore. You understand?
Yeah, but this, that's how I knew that there was a song, because I thought it was just a, you know, a little,
Yeah.
yeah, but no.
Okay. But that's been on my reach around that part there. I just I talk about it right now. Speaking about music. Hold on. Speaking about music and good music. Before we forget, Jamil new album, Legend. Wanna go listening? Thank me later. You don't wanna promote music like that. You understand?
It's
Your last
not good.
album, I'm telling you if you listen to a Massacre's album. Go listen to Jamil album, Legend. You understand? You know, it's on YouTube page, it's on iTunes and them places. So you can go stream it and make you make some money. But thank me later. Yeah, man. So, But boy, sis, I do it for no, sir. Like, me really can't tell you which song is number one song in the country right now. I got it above. The last recent song I listen to is a song my Massacre released named History. Yeah, you know when it come on to Massacre, me not normally, me just listen most things. You understand? But yeah, man, a Massacre has matured into a phenomenal artist. See, and him still have a teacher lose it. Well, me I lose it, brother. Me not have no problem with it. Me I tell you the truth, because me can't keep up. Because right, you know, as me say, if 100 songs release a week, 95 of them are chopper song. And then the next 5 are Ensure song these week. Me can't bother. Me not even drink Ensure. You understand what I say? Auntie. I don't even think I've ever had an Ensure. But tell us one time somebody at work say they don't drink Ensure. So people have age drink Ensure.
Who said that? No.
I won't call her name, you know. I won't call her name. But big man thing, the person said, they don't drink Ensure.
I wonder who said that.
I say I won't call her name. You understand? I miss that thing. I know I miss something this. Big man thing. As I say, I don't know what I'm going. You understand? And thing. The newest song I listen to, A History by Massacre. You understand?
Can I say Magic Nutrament?
You know,
Nutrament ensure my next one name glucose something another. The diabetic. I mean them basically are the same.
And the title track on Jamil's album was done by Jamil and Massacre. So do the maths.
It's good.
Yeah, man. Nice to call it listen, man. A nice listener. You understand what I say? Jamil is going back to Jamil that we love.
You see what they say?
What they say? Everybody had this one ensure no. Poor ensure. No, ensure expensive in a DS. No, but a long time and I just know a years now the person said, man. Like at least 5 years ago. So I always remember and laugh. You understand? And things. So yeah. I don't know. But sis, boy, I think rough still. And these trend, they take, alright. In a positive trend, you see positive things are going, then things are not trending, brother. You see negative things, them, brother. Yo.
We can't fast. Richie say magic ensure, but a strawberry.
Ensure to be specific.
Richie, yeah, drink a strawberry your thing.
Yeah, man. I'd never forget it. I need to say so. I see a walk all of the but
I would never suspect her.
And she say, brother, we don't drink ensure.
How she says
I mean, it was a conversation, man. But I wasn't the only one there, and so she said. You see what I said? Negative things trend.
Yeah, brother. It's a mean replacement.
So, no, man, we know ensure. My grandmother drink them. You understand? But yeah. But what me I say now, sis, in a real life, you see, in Jamaica, positive things, no. Even if you look on Jamaica trending tab most of the times. I saw a video about how much man dead round this and how much man slap you and won't get dash and them things. And you know, that DJ them song we are trend and thing. But generally speaking, good things are trend about you. You see me? So that's a part of the whole social media dilemma and thing. And that is why negativity will always exist, because people react to negativity. People love negativity. So there's always a market for negativity. So if you know, so there's a market for negativity, you provide it. There's a demand for it, so you supply it. You understand what I say? So I just saw it thing go. I don't know. You understand? I love my pink milk, Scott. You know, this like it ahead so you know.
I don't know what I got so teach about that going.
We don't know. Jamil cried on that album. You can hear his pain. Yeah, man. Positivity not going on with Kevin. Yeah, man. Legend, man. Just so, as I said upon his YouTube page, as well as his stream. So, he did it so.
What you know about him?
I know about you. You understand? I know enough.
Yes,
remember
that. That's cool it up here, don't call me.
Ah, man, I cool. I tell you, I always have my matches, man. Just strike three and dash a 2. Keep one. Last, sir. Yeah, man. So, I will tell you that. I think so. Peace. Big up on yourself. Tomorrow, there's no interview tomorrow. I'm going to edit it yet. Because you are going. I'm tired. I tell you the truth. I'm not lie to you.
You know, I have something to talk to you about. You know, you're very weird.
How am I doing?
When we're done with that. Yeah,
okay,
we're
right. Yeah, sometime. I mean, I dispute that. But yeah, what go on. And then, no, remember, you know, this was just like the stream is really and truly an ongoing assessment. Like, based on the observation, I tell us a Friday night is really the best night, number-wise. With the Sunday stream, you see, it depends on the artist.
The Sunday interview.
The Sunday interviews, the premiere, it depends on the artist. Forget what me I say. Right, so what we probably do going forward, I don't know, probably if it's a part 2 is a Sunday, I don't know, we still, but tomorrow, me definitely, there will be no interview tomorrow.
You did not edit the interview for tomorrow.
Right.
Why not?
I'm a family man, working for my children. Every time Brendan ain't tell you?
I wasn't there.
Okay. You're right. So, but I pray Tuesday that interview they come around after. Probably next week Sunday make me drop up on. Plus also again, sis, as me tell you say, whilst the interviews are king, the other videos are queen.
Come on, I get you.
And I've not been doing enough of those videos either. They are important. Like, so I probably need to strike a balance again and them look at something there. So it is just rough. And then for edit for Saturday and then turn around again and edit for Tuesday, it's rough. Yes, and so me wear what, me agree, me not disagree with you. I don't know what you talk about I know still, but I'm tired. Plus, brother, Amir's a bag of chips and more in a man. And here we go on with Amir. Like my chair not healthy. So anytime you sing in my chair, it's a problem in a film life. And they want to take you, carry you, sit down beside him sit down beside you, him and watch even a rope on you. Like, a film, so it's rough sometimes. So for me sit down in my chair and the door open, me have to come out of my studio every time. So it's rough.
Yeah, that will.
So peace, big up on yourself, you know. Soon on Tuesday, and thing. I'll try to let's say this on now. You know what I want tomorrow. Why you do 12 o'clock tomorrow?
Who, me?
Now you may talk to.
Oh, no, I know.
You know I probably stream something. You know I look question and answer. You know people ask me a lot of things about the interview. I have a lot of things to say about the interviews. Just in general thing, yeah. Just when I look at vibe and talk or some things. You know. Maybe not see him. We see. Carly.
I think Amira can look for me.
You want to see him?
No, that's what I said.
Okay, I can't go left the one.
Why you say like that?
We can carry call you video, no problem. Probably carry in the afternoon, give one couple hours around there.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's which car wash, sir? Teach car wash with the Bugatti?
My gosh. Calling stream, bro. Brother, sometime why do you even know? Scotty has been asking for a calling stream for a while to still, so I guess we can facilitate one of them. I don't know the number they were working on. I forgot to try them.
All the best.
Right, so you see again, being the secretary, why you don't
No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, you want. But please speak up on yourself. May I cut it here, so? I know some people say, yo, Ray, I have to cut it and thing. I don't want nobody to get miserable and say, where they ask from 7:45 a long time now. And yeah, true. How we laugh about? They don't like that there.
Every time I lock up that just in case that I don't feel out.
Good night, Christina. I tell a man, just go out the door with the 3 matches stick, man, and strike.
We don't have no matches.
And drop 2. I walk with one. The whole light headed there look for the next one. I said, there's a 3 see light. You know who we always hear with that? Simo. I always hear with that sickness. You hear me say?
Any rubbish like that?
Any foolishness. I Simo always. I said they sit there.
Any rubbish like that, be sure of Simo.
So if we get that sit there up, so just like the 3 matches stick.
Oh boy.
Peace, big up on yourself. I appreciate the support.
Yes, guys.
And thing. Let me know. I want to prefer the stream on a Friday night or a Saturday night. So just comment Saturday or comment Friday and we see. You understand? And well, you know, say Tuesday the main premiere day. I know I love his Sunday to still, but we see how it go. Scott, if you learn to edit from and watch this, people are saying teach why you not farm out your interview editing them. No, I cannot. And let me tell you why. Sometimes when the artists get comfortable, they say some things that later on they will link me as a teach. You know, say my name in for say that and Ray. And most times they don't link me. I just know that some things cannot be published. I know. I am building a brand. I mean, I want a controversy around my thing. I mean, also someone want it because someone love sensationalism and love mix up and so. But
That's
no.
what I'm here for.
I don't want these things to be out in the wild and me lose control of it. Because at the end of the day, I'm my brand. You understand? So sometimes, and as I'm saying, whilst we don't strip the interviews of any, there are sometimes some things are said that just
can't go
cannot be published. It's just as simple as that. And I don't want other people having access to those things. Scotty would be the next person, but she said she want to learn to edit and all. Like, she don't want to make no money, you know? You don't want to make no money. She said she want money, but she don't want no money. You understand?
Have you scheduled my editing class?
That's why she have car wash. She rich.
Yes, go on your bed. Man, stop pick up for you because I always defend you.
So that is just the truth. So whilst probably as I go along, I probably need to get some help re-editing. Like it is just a lot sometimes. For the benefit of building my brand and keeping my brand how I want it, sometimes just not safe. You understand? Because believe me, let me tell you, believe me, sometimes some things are said where I know other people then publish that, but it's just not the right thing to do. And as I said, the artists, they get very comfortable when we are raised. You understand? I just vibe on the energy, you know, relax and good
and also it's nice for them to know that, you know, if something
right,
is said
it's something
that really,
nothing
yeah,
on road.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, that's nice to know. You can call and say, you know, say that nothing go on road.
And then
or even you use your own
initiative and say right.
Go on road.
And the next thing is this, whilst if a man edit 1 2 interviews this, I don't necessarily get to sit down and watch back the interview before you publish, you know. You understand? Plus, it's not only that. If you are edit, you have access to the files. Then you take certain little things that no, me not. You understand what I mean? So that is the thing.
No,
certain things I don't really say publicly, but sometimes some people don't even understand. And then the next thing is that, you know, people say, yo, teach, interview this man and that man and teach why we not get no females and people in the line up and make it for interview. I always tell people that people think so, but they don't. Whilst it has got the easier and many people will reach out and will give thanks for the progress that we have made. Sometimes and you still have to remember too that there are bigger names than us who still do interview, and some people are still into, you know, bigger names. You understand? Also, apparently you have people out there who pay people to do interviews, and as such, some man feel like everybody will pay them for doing interviews. So I'll leave that there. So some of the artists that want to ask if you interview, it's very unlikely so we're going to interview some of them because some of them are requesting payment, and I will not do that. So I mean, I put that out there publicly, like that's not a secret. You understand? When I do an interview, everybody benefit, like without even getting into it. Like just like how these things have changed my life. Me interviewing some people will change back for them life. It's just the reality. We just don't say certain things. When we get the call and say, Teeth, since we do the interview, the bookings soar, we live at the dub plate studio, producer reach a million different things. So enough local thing. We just keep it going, we just smile and wave and keep it moving. Some interviews will happen, some won't. You understand? I'm okay with that. There will always be people. You understand? So I just say, so some of the people want to ask a regular, just know say, I won't have to go pay them. You understand? I want to teach them. So peace, big up on yourself. So you think go, we're there. Yeah, so me soon. Tuesday.
Good night.
Auntie. Scotty said, Scotty got her nephew tomorrow, so she now what I do not call in street. You understand? Me I get her about 3 hours. You can get her from about 12 to 5 with I'm here tomorrow. I see how much soldier in her.
We're practice.
Go and practice, man.
We practice. There's a
Not
practice.
still hiding. I know I cannot hear from him. We have tried. So we'll see how it goes. And thing. Got your freezer.
Good night, guys.
You
No, I'm
want
gonna
good?
freeze.
Oh, peace. Big up on yourself. Sister, the people, them good night, no? You know anything.
Good night, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Tomorrow is Monday. Bear that in mind. So anything you have to do, get it done.
Oh, me they tell the people them says Friday and Saturday. Me not even monitor it. Me need to do an official poll and me and say some Saturday, me and say some Friday.
Some Fridays.
Yeah. Alright. Peace. Art of love, you know, give thanks. And big up to everybody out there who make the thing work. Everybody who see we road as a teacher. We appreciate the work, we enjoy the work. You understand? We love that. You see? I know anything go. Give thanks. Walk good. Step with you. See if trouble upon the grapher. I'm on. So tomorrow is Sunday. Yeah, she knows it's Sunday technically, but she just say for Friday come, the next day is Monday. Because the weekend short. You understand this? So that you mean, which is true. And thing. Peeps. Art of love. I'm out with the angel.
Night.
The angel takes a long to play. I want to go on with it.
Kaboom! Teach them! Always make sure the message reach them.
Live from Kingston, Jamaica, broadcasting around the world. Around the world. You're watching the Teach Them YouTube show. Intellectual, yet stimulating. Fair, frank, and factual. And now,
Broadcasting live.
We will broadcast
live, this is Extra Class, streaming to the world and beyond.
Hey, let's go.
You know, it's Teach Them, the #1 intellectual blogging panel on the YouTube channel.